adventurers. Welcome back to the Wyvern's Lair. I am DM Wyvern, returning back to the grand adventure that is Baldur's Gate 3, as I play my Dark Urge origin character. Episode 16 of my second playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3's The Dark Urge, the first having been lost to the Ether, and my poor computer suffered some hardware issues, but we're back. We're almost caught up. This could be the last, or one of the last, co-op sessions before I return to my more immersive approach to this playthrough, but I am joined this evening, I'm very glad to say, by Drake of the Wyvern's Lair, Knight of the Banhammer, my good friend, Good Fireforge. Before we join our adventuring companion for this session, let me go ahead and acknowledge all the adventures we have here for the latest tale of the Wyvern's Lair. We're joined by Fireforge himself, saying cheeky Baldur's Gate 3 Saturday stream. Yes, indeed, and with you, Fireforge. We got Philosopher's Rex saying nice thumbnail. Drake of the Wyvern's Lair, Knight of the Banhammer. Philosopher's Rex was invited to join us, but he has some household chores to take care of for this evening. I'm sorry you couldn't join us, Philosopher's, but good to have you here in the live stream chat. We're also joined by Drake of the Wyvern's Lair, longtime friend of the Wyvern's Lair, Thaywiz Guar. Saying patch 6, that's right, next week. Love the kisses, right back at you, Thaywiz. Thaywiz. I always have such a hard time with that name. But let's not delay any further. Let's jump in and let's get this adventure on the road. Rex says, I have a plumber on the way. I'm going to look for a while until he gets here. Gotcha. Thought you could be a handy husband. It turns out I'm too white. Me and you both, Rex. We white collar it up, so you know, we can afford to hire people more handy than ourselves to help out around the house. I'm just gonna go ahead and adjust the settings on OBS. Very quickly. Do that nice little bump up. Alright, now we're ready. Let's go ahead and join Fireforge. Fireforge!
Hello!
My great friend, say hello to the internets.
Hello, Wyvern's Lair. I hope you're all excited to be here as much as I am, because I'm looking forward to it.
Looking forward to gaming with you too, Fireforge. I actually had Pillars of Eternity on the docket, but you know, as is the habit here at the Wyvern's Lair, I realized that I enjoy gaming far more with friends, you know, these days
right?
than I do on my own.
And you know, and that was part of, you know, I played and enjoyed Pillars a lot, but the whole way through it, I'm like, how much better would this be if this was multiplayer? How much better would it be the whole way through? And I liked it. I really enjoyed the playthrough. I thought it was a great game. But hey, like you said, it's that playing with friends. It's a huge difference all the way around.
I really do appreciate it when game developers provide that option. Like Outcat did not need to make Rogue Trader a multiplayer experience, but
right.
You know, I'm so very glad that they did, because honestly, I think Rogue Traders, as you just said, it's all that much more of a fun experience to get together with friends around a virtual tabletop and play through these fantasy worlds that the developers have either conjured up themselves or borrowed from other people.
Absolutely.
All right, my great friend. Let's get this underway. We're gonna pick up from where we last left off at the ruined battlefield. And because it's just the two of us, I actually do need to go to camp and grab Shadowheart. Well, maybe not right now. Maybe we could get. You know what? Let me think. I will get Shadowheart.
Right.
So I'm gonna grab Shadowheart as a dedicated cleric for ourselves, and I'm actually gonna retool her, because we're approaching, as I said at the very top of the stream, I'm approaching that event horizon where I basically catch up on my single player playthrough.
Right.
And,
yeah.
I just want to have my what do you call it? The cannon party set up.
Sure.
Let me go ahead and return to the camp and Can we switch
Just
up?
at some point, don't forget to drop me the code.
Oh yeah. Okay, let me head on back. Because of course I leave and I leave the entire party in the Shadow Curse. Now let me go ahead and get that code for Fireforge. So let's this done. I just think you can magically appear in my co-op session here, Fireforge. Alright, drop you the code. Boom. Yeah, another game that I think would have been elevated with the co-op feature or component would have been Starfield. Indeed, like even playing through Starfield Fireforge, the lore of the game suggests that a multiplayer component would have entirely made sense, because you arrive at this point in the game where you realize that you belong to basically a multiverse spanning group of opportunists or explorers or evangelists.
Right.
And it would make sense that that Starborn cadre that you've now become a part of, that other players could join your session as a Starborn friendly, if you will.
That would be. Imagine the space battles with friends.
Exactly.
Oh,
I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised. I think one fair criticism about Starfield, a game that I love and I maybe even will go back to a little later tonight after we finish the session, is that it was very conservative in many ways.
Mm.
What'd you think of Freewater? Oh, there you are. Okay, so you're here. You got Tasselhoff. You know what? I don't want to delay things too much. Let's just work with what we have.
Okay.
It's only when we go to the temple where I want Shadowheart for the story component. Do you want?
Now, I'm trying to remember how exactly far did you get? Did you get to the temple? Did you complete the temple?
I was like most of the way through the temple.
Okay.
Yeah, from what I remember. We also had that little story bit with Astarion. All right, I gave you Phil.
Okay.
And since we're not going back to camp, we can just get underway right away. Let's take a look at our resources here.
Yes. What does Phil have?
Full rest.
Phil is out of level 2 slots.
Okay.
And down 1 level 3. So, I mean, if we're going back to the last light, then potentially a rest would not be a terrible thing.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get in that rest. Do you want a level up? Oh, I have Edgin. What am I talking about?
Yep.
Let's go ahead and level up Edgin here real quick. I thought it was endearing how Queen Tiamat didn't want to level up
yeah.
Joker's character here. All right, so I have a health increase from 75 to 85. I get Landstride, difficult terrain. I gain the passive change Bestial Heart. All right, interesting. You can change your Bestial Heart selection, but we have Bear Heart selected. While raging, you can use Unrelenting Ferocity, and it resists to all damage except psychic damage. That's wonderful. Easily one of the strongest subclasses for a barbarian. Surprisingly defensive in nature.
Oh yeah.
And for our feat, we have Great Weapon Master selected, so we're going to go for ability improvement. And put that all into strength, so we can smack things around a little easier. Rex says, I use them all on Warding Bond.
Oh, that's what you got. Yeah, I remember you were doing that. Yep.
So do you want to hang on to the Warding Bond, or should we just go ahead and get in that long rest so you can have those slots back for yourself?
Yeah, we can leave it at that. If that's all he used them on, and that's what he normally has been using them on, then that's fine. I'll go back by you, and yeah, we can proceed then. That's fine. It's been working for us so far, so.
Yeah. I'm surprised at how small this haunted house was. I wonder.
Yeah, there really wasn't a whole lot in here.
You wanna maybe head around the corner and see what else might be around the haunted house? If there's anything else here?
On my way.
We're in the interior, very small interior. Oh, hey!
Over there.
Dig spot.
Big spot. Go. Got a shovel. Got a statue here. Rex, we miss you. If you can jump on in a little later, please.
Send us a big potion. I'm gonna send that to Edgin. And potion to animal, I'll drop on you, and I'll drop the money on you.
Thank you very much. Fireforge.
Alright.
Alright, let's open up the door.
That's about it, huh? That's interesting.
Okay, we've been through here before. Let's see. What about this way? Can we get up here? Jump? Nope.
Doesn't appear so, huh?
This is really curious. A small little, kind of almost more environmental storytelling than anything else, huh?
And it did have that one set piece in there, and I guess
true.
because it's a little bit off the beaten path, that's kind of the thing, right? It's like,
right.
here's your little set piece, yeah, for finding it, right?
Which is not always the case. I mean, sometimes the game just gives you the middle finger for exploring.
Right.
I like how it trolls you sometimes. Turn back at once. Did you take a look at this? Up ahead, the shadow curse hangs thick, its dark tendrils curling, stuffing out all light and life. Even those with oil-smealed torches are not safe. Turn back now. Oh, interesting. So maybe if we didn't have the moonlit lantern, this area would be almost impassable for ourselves. So how's your weekend going, Fireforge? How are you and Mrs. Fireforge and the Dwarvelings?
We're doing pretty good. I had to run around with the kids today. They had haircuts, etc. And yeah, it was all right. We got a late start to the day. It was a nice sleepy morning.
Oh,
can't complain.
Wonderful. How's the weather out there?
Temperature went down a little, chilled up a little bit, but still, it's still darn nice for middle of February in Wisconsin. That's for sure.
Lucky you folks. Yeah, we got a lot of snowfall here in Santa Fe today. So.
Oh yeah.
It's a wintry Saturday evening for ourselves in the Wyvern's Lair in New Mexico. Now, as you know, adventurers, I cannot pass any burlap sack without taking out the rotten cheese and sending it to the camp, because you never know when all that stuff is going to turn us a profit. One day, mark my words.
Every gold piece helps, right?
Every gold piece helps. I am just such a kleptomaniac. I just cannot help. I see an object, there's a gold value to it, and I think to myself, there may be a time when I'm too lazy to try thieving from this merchant. I just want to buy what I need. As I did, actually, the last light in, for the most part. With some help from you, Fireforge, with easy-to-thieve baubles. Alright. Alright, so we're here back at the last light in, huh?
Yep.
This is not the way. This is the way... No, we gotta go around, I guess. Okay. What's happening with your Neverwinter Nights 1 playthrough with Haxor and Baldur Fireforge?
So the Neverwinter Nights was actually kind of a stopgap while Phil was gone.
Okay.
I know that they have all intents to continue it, but I think the priority is to continue the BG3 run at the moment.
Okay, so really it was just sort of while Philosopher was out marrying the love of his life, you guys picked up Neverwinter Nights 1. Because that honestly gave me an idea, because I think Kelgor has your name on him for a Neverwinter Nights 2 playthrough some point further down the road.
Oh.
Kelgor Iron Fist.
I love Kelgar. I mean, how can you not love a dwarf that loves punching things so much he wants to find monks and become a monk so he can punch things better? And
you have a karate background, so you and Kelgor are dwarves of a feather.
Right?
In some ways, yeah. Yeah, Rex says I'd watch that. Right, Rex? I love the addition of Dungeons & Dragons that Neverwinter Nights 2 is built upon. Yeah. Fun moments in that. Yeah, 3.5. It's so many improvements. And even though it's compared to what we have now, and it's still fairly complicated, but man, I love 3.5 so much. Well, I'll tell you what. I can understand now why why Wizards of the Coast implemented concentration, because you can just do bananas things with spellcasters at 3.5 without
Right?
concentration. All right. Yeah, let's talk to Chihiro. See what she has to say.
Perimeter's clear, Mom. Good. Please, be welcome. Have a drink. To your very good health.
We go. Oh yeah, that's right. Sure. You are in my game, Fire Force. There is no delay. Medicine. Smell the wine first. I got a nice good bonus there. 19 succeeds against DC 10.
You perceive a faint hint of cloth grass, a herb that is said to elicit the truth. Jahira smiles at you knowingly.
It doesn't spoil the taste, if that's what you're wondering.
I like taking these Oath of Vengeance opportunities here while I am a paladin outstanding in my order. This is pointless. Unless you committed a grievous sin, I am no threat to you.
A noble proclamation. It must have made you quite thirsty.
Let's drink the wine.
Bottoms up.
Let's see what happens.
Well over a century old, and yet it hasn't lost a hint of flavor. Still not quite so sure about you, though. People tend to lose more than just flavor when illithids get their hands on them. I speak from experience. There's an air about you. Something alien. Answer me true and do not lie. The parasite is changing you, isn't it?
I'm gonna say yes. The parasite is giving me powers I've never had before. It's changing for the better.
Look around you. Good men, good women. Stranded here, 2 feet in the grave. If we're to survive, I have no choice but to trust you. Can I?
You can trust me.
Good. Because I'll cross your heart myself if you break it. I have every reason to be cautious. I've traced people like you. People with parasites in their brains. All the way here from Baldur's Gate. The cult of the Absolute is spreading through the city. Quietly, quickly, and with unsettling deliberation. We tracked them to this ancient village, only to be faced with a man we killed and buried over a century ago.
I'm gonna say Ketrick Thorn. I encountered him in Moonrise Towers.
You've been to the towers. Incredible. Your parasite has already served you well. I suppose you know about Keverick then. His invincibility. That we'll never cleanse this place until he's made to bleed. We met him on the road here. Commanding an army of the Absolute, intent on destroying Baldur's Gate. I put an arrow through his eye myself, only to watch him pluck it out like a splinter. He healed right in front of me and chased us into the shadows. Things looked hopeless, but experience has taught me that no matter how bleak things look, there's always hope. You are that hope.
I'm gonna say it's rare people look at me and see hope.
The light is rather dim. Out here in the Shadowlands, the point remains. Protected by your artifact, you can infiltrate his forces at Moonrise Towers, posing as a true soul. Find out what it is that makes him invincible, so we can strip him of his advantage. Once Ketherick is without his shield, the sword. Together, we assault his tower and put a final end to this blight.
I'm gonna say, seems like I'll be doing most of the heavy lifting.
You're the only one who can get inside the towers. You were born for this mission. Or made for it, rather. Besides, you need this. You need to heal yourself of your infection. Any cure starts with understanding the disease. Whatever magic Gatheric's using to control these tadpoles, it must be at moonrise. Until then, we keep drinking wine when we meet.
I'm gonna say, how do I reach him? The towers are surrounded by shadows.
You're not our only secret weapon. Isobel, a faithful cleric of Selûne, and a light in the darkness. She cast the moon shield around the inn. It's the only reason we're still alive. She's upstairs in her chambers. Tell her I sent you, and she'll see you through the shadows safely.
There we go. Got a folk hero inspiration for Phil. Inspiration gained. And we have GM Dragon here amongst the adventurers saying, "What up, bro? I never talked to Isabel. Good to have you here, GM Dragon." Take a look at our...
Yeah, and Phil, that I saw you mentioned in the book. I actually showed it on a stream a while back, or took a picture of it. I've got the physical copy of Neverwinter Nights 2 still, and the book that came with it. Obviously, it's not the full 3.5 book, but it's a significant manual with, you know, a lot of the class information and stuff. It's really cool.
Oh, you gotta share that on the Discord. Love to see the old manual for Neverwinter Nights 2 Fireforge.
Sure.
So we have a couple of questionable updates. I'm going to go ahead and read them. So under Find a Cure, we have the following update. Find the source of the parasite. It is clear that the parasites are coming from Moonrise Towers. Infiltrating the towers and finding the source of this evil may be our only chance of finding a cure. We also have an update regarding Shadowcurse lands. Investigate the Selûnite resistance. Investigate the Masons Guild. The Masons Guild seems to have been the center of the Selûnite resistance in the area. Stick it out and investigate further. Interesting. And of course, we have our NPC companion updates, which we do not need to read because we know what happened there. GM Dragon says, back in the day when games offered instruction manuals, right, GM? You know you're of a certain age when you remember instruction manuals for games.
Right.
On the Greater Healing Potion, interesting. And it's not considered stealing either. None of this is really considered stealing. That's surprising to me. Sure, we'll take out the model. Got a potion of invisibility here, also not considered stealing. Yeah, we're taking that.
More activity among the
Yeah, feel free to loot around. I guess it's not considered thieving. Considered healing.
Seems someone's been skimming our supplies. Find out who it is and bring them to me. Yes, Mom.
Grab the grilled lost ribs and the fried sausage links. What are you finding, Fireforge?
I got an innkeeper's lockbox back here, and again, it's not labeled as stealing, so I'm gonna pick it and see what's in it. Got here. It's a 10, so that should be pretty easy. Unless you roll a 6, and then it's borderline, but you still get it. We got another thieves tool, a little bit of gold, and the innkeeper's journal.
You want to read it for us?
It says, "May the Moon Maiden protect us. I delayed my meeting with Morfred only to find the entire masonry has been raided and all of its inhabitants taken for questioning. I doubt I'll ever see my brother again. If they get to him, I'll be next. One look at my shrine will tell on me, but I would not deny Our Lady of Silver, even under pain of what Ketheric has promised to do to any who do not convert."
Interesting.
Well, more of the story of this area, right? The whole Ketheric
saga.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna... Perception failed.
I'm not sure what It was, but I found a pouch back here that's got a key in it.
That might be worth a look.
Oh, is it just for that pouch? It's weird.
It has a wrinkled note inside it. Did you see the wrinkled note? I'm gonna go ahead
Yep,
and
I was getting to that. I was trying to figure out what was, I
Sure.
was trying to figure out what it was, what the perception was that it was just for this. So it says, we need the meat. The map is ready. Go to my
Let's see.
place. Head into the basement. Look for the tower.
Only a few
You should
words
have
are
the
still
key.
legible. Beef
Ignore-
pie, lamb stew, and chicken soup.
The recipes or the
Sorry.
menu.
Yeah.
It is ignore the chest. I mean it. Go straight on through and you'll find it. Signed, Morfred.
Interesting. Is that the basement that we explored the previous session?
I think so.
It said ignore the chest, though, right?
Yeah, it did.
Could we have
Oops.
missed something down there? Probably.
Not that I'm aware of.
See what we have here. Gonna quickly run through it.
Oh, another chest back here.
Oh, interesting. GM Dragon says that's important in the Builders Guild. Got a loose plank here. The Snowburst Ring. When the wearer deals cold damage, they also create a 4.5 meter circle of ice around the targets. A series of names have been scratched out, one after the other, on the inside of the ring. The last word, untouched, is not a name. It simply reads, mine. Cool. Pick that up. We got a scribbled note, a plain unadorned note. Go ahead and read that. The journal script is antiquated, but its pages look like they barely aged. How much longer must I languish here? I hoped to be in Baldur's Gate a 10-day ago, but that blasted toll house keeper won't accept my papers. If father hears about this, he'll be furious. There's something odd about this village. People skulk around like they've something to hide. The shrines to the Moon Maiden seem ill-tended and barren. I hope to learn more about Ketrick Thorn, the village's leader. The talk of him seems to put people on edge. I'm not sure I can bear another hour in this loathsome place. The Builders Guild. Have you been to the Builders Guild, Firefly?
Wait, do you mean the Masons Guild? Because yeah, you know what? I've been in the Masons Guild 2 or 3 times, and I've never really been able to figure out the puzzles. So
Could have been a hint of the puzzle.
yeah.
Why isn't my ingredients going into the alchemy pouch here? Alchemy pouch full. Very strange. Move this into the alchemy pouch. Seed moss. It's so strange how certain alchemical ingredients don't seem to be moving properly into my pouch here. Eagle feathers, caps, Hollywood trumpets. The OCD in me is taking over, as you can see.
Oh yeah, I'm going through rooms here. Oh look, a beautiful painting. I'm gonna shove it in my pocket. It's like a 7 by 4 foot painting. I'm just gonna shove it in my pocket. No big deal, right? Well, this guy you might want to talk to, or there's a conversation here at least to have.
Ah, okay, I'm heading over to you, Firefly.
Yeah, there's a little side quest and stuff with this poor guy who is laying in bed not doing so hot.
Adventurers, please join me in welcoming our great friend Joker Soul Dragon, saying, DM Wyvern, sup guys? How's it going? Better now that you're here. Joker.
JSD.
Talk to these NPCs around this room.
Nice to see a friendly face come out the shadows for once.
Fist Aubrey.
An extra blade could be the difference between rescuing Duke Ravengard or losing him forever. I hope you'll help us.
Right, so what about our man Fist Rocky?
You're heading into the towers, are you? Good. I pray it's not too late for Duke Ravengard.
Right. We have this person over here, Marquilla, Fist Jahelar.
Flame color. That's your name, isn't it? colour? I'm Fistula.
Nathaniel and me climbing up a tree.
We need you, sir. One of our own's been taken, a Grand Duke. You might know something that could help us bring him back. We found him out in the shadows, just wandering. Nothing survives out there for long. Don't know how he made it, or where he came from.
This is no physical ailment. It is a spiritual malaise. The man's mind has been gripped by the Shadowfell, yet it has not broken.
That's interesting. Pull out the loot you found and play a little. I'm gonna say that name he mentioned, Nathaniel. Who is that?
No idea, I'm afraid. Whoever it is must be someone important to him. He's been saying the same thing over and over, ever since we found him.
Joker says, just you two lonely guys today? It seems that way, Joker Soul Dragon, with you and Rex otherwise occupied. Pull out the loot you found and play a little.
Daniel! He's still trapped there. He needs help. My loot. You got it back. How?
Honestly, I forgot. Oh, there we go. I killed Malice Thor, Twisted Surgeon. Took it from his corpse.
You killed a Thorn? The Ketheric's elite. How did you... Never mind. He needs us. Needs our help. I've been lost in the shadows so long. And I met a boy there, too. Nathaniel. He's the only reason my mind survived that emptiness, that loss. He told me about someone he knew. Someone called Hausen, a druid. Nathaniel spoke of little else. Do you know him?
The facial expressions on these NPCs are just...
They
tell a story of their own. I credit Larian's animators. I'm gonna say, depends. Why do you want him?
The pull of the darkness. The twisted creatures it manifests. You've seen it, right? Felt it? We can end it. Find Nathaniel. Hausen knows how.
I'm afraid Hausen is dead.
What? But Nathaniel said he could save him. He knew the way. Only he knew the way.
Huh. I can't help you, but I've done a great deal for you already.
You've brought me back to myself. I wasn't sure it was still possible. But the Shadowfell is a place of loss, pain. It's no place for a child. No place for a child like him.
Huh. Alright, let's take a look at this. Quest update here. Wake up, Art Kulla. Alright, show the loot to Art. We met an unconscious flaming fist named Art Kulla in the last light in. The loot we found at the House of Healing bears his initials. Perhaps the two are connected. The quest has been completed. Art despaired when he learned of Hausen's death. Without him, Nathaniel is lost in the Shadowfell. The Shadow Curse can never be lifted. Did we really kill Hausen in this playthrough? I forget at this point. Joker Soul says, I may be done soonish. Okay, awesome, Joker. You wrap up, you're welcome to saddle up with Fireforge and myself here. We got a letter from Counselor Floric. You want to read that, Fireforge?
I would be happy to read it. To those searching for the Grand Duke, Our Flaming Fist detachment is returning to Baldur's Gate for reinforcements. We have identified the Absolute Cult as Duke Ravengard's abductors, and the Moonrise Towers is their base. But we are too few to assault it. Upon return to the city, I will urge the immediate formation of an expeditionary force, led by those new Steel Watchers, to attempt the rescue of the Grand Duke. In the meantime, we could be wrong, so keep searching. Be of stout heart. Help is on the way. Counselor Lorik.
Steel Watchers, eh? What is over there in Baldur's Gate? Grab that. I like collecting these things. I also like silver trays because you can sell them for good gold. Anything else that we can loot here? We got a Harper's Testimonial. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. One, a Harper's Testimonial, the last stand at Ketrick Thorm, chosen of Sean. The pursuant text describes a battle between Ketrick Thorm's faithful and magical Harper forces. I do not know what magic the Dark Justiciars summoned to our plane. If it came from the Weave, then let it be cursed for eternity. For 3 days we siege the towers. For 3 days their dark bolts to leave our ranks. And on the third day, as its men and women last began to fall, Ketrick entered battle. Sounds like a total badass, that Ketrick. Backpack here to take a look at. Again, Dragon says, how dare people do other stuff? Can't quite make it out. The whole thing here. Then be on this awesome adventure. people fortunately have a life beyond Forgotten Realms here. You want to try talking to the cat here, His Majesty? Oh, that's a cute name for a kitty.
I didn't, but that's a good idea.
His Majesty hates me. I'm gonna leave it alone. Let you talk to him.
Hiss! I say hiss!
Your years of hunting and tracking have taught you to recognize a territorial animal when you see it.
We'll go for the animal handling roll. I do not seek your territory, noble beast. Only a few moments of your time.
DC 10, easy roll. Yay!
Easy peasy.
I'll allow it.
Quite the specimen you are. How did you come to this place? I figure cats love the schmoozing.
I slinked, of course.
You seem like someone who knows what he's about. Heard anything interesting around here?
Good of you to notice. For my part, I have noticed the cleric is a liar. She promised me a bit of milk. Do you see any milk, do you? Nor do I. Disgraceful. You've had enough. Now go.
Oh.
Quickly. Hiss.
I just love this. I just love this.
All right. Well, thank you, kitty cat.
I mean, again, it's really up to you if you want to take the time to explore, the characters and creatures that populate the world. It's not forced on you. His Majesty's just here because Larian. I love it.
Get all the booze. It's all food supplies.
Yeah, come with us. Adventurers, please join me in welcoming Johnny Malkov, saying, "Greetings, programs. Hail, DM Flitch, Rex, and all fellow adventurers."
Good evening, Mr. Malkov.
I just love rotten
Alright.
food. Can't tell you how many times I've accidentally scarfed one down this playthrough. I was reading an article a few days ago, and I thought of you, Fireforge, about how bananas the cost of visits to Disney theme parks are now.
Oh, right? Yes. Certainly not cheap.
Yeah, you have to sort of really plan ahead, and be aware of what you're getting into, because costs can
Very
really
much
add up.
so. Very much so.
There's apparently like dedicated like fan maintained, volunteer maintained websites that like give you.
Oh, sure.
information.
Yep. I mean, there's all sorts. There's all sorts. I mean, just the websites. I mean, there's all sorts of. I mean, you could spend years just on YouTube, learning about what people do and don't do. It's kind of crazy. One of my work buddies, who's very into it, who kind of helped lead me on my way, he goes to as far as, you know, what are the quickest ways from ride to ride, and literally minimizing time throughout the day. It's pretty outrageous. We kind of chose to let it, especially this first trip with all with our kids, kind of decided to let it flow a little bit better and not overschedule ourselves.
Yeah, that just kind of adds to the stress of the experience, I think.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to travel in general. Have a rough plan and try as much as you can to stick to it. But don't worry if things don't necessarily go the way you expected. Otherwise, you find yourself getting bent out of shape.
Right.
My old friend, very good to see you again. Glad to see you earned Jahira's trust. That's no mean feat.
I'm gonna say, are we the only true souls in this place?
For now. I suppose General Thorm sent you to help with my mission. That's all right. I don't mind sharing the glory.
This man takes orders from General Thorm. Helping him may be just what you need to gain deeper access to the cult.
I'm gonna say, what is your mission here?
Isabel, the Selûnite cleric that guards this place. General Thorm wants her alive.
She's supposed to be captured, not killed.
I hope she'll see reason, but if that fails, I'll have to initiate more extreme measures. And I'll expect your help in the fight.
That is interesting. You can count me in.
Isabel's on the balcony. Should be nearly done with her prayers. Let's go say hello.
Throw down a save. Johnny, how are you this Saturday evening? So my quest is to kill Isabel, or Skeletrus fell, but I'm wondering, if we were to take her to Moonrise, she could be sacrificed there.
That is a good question now, isn't it?
I didn't realize I had an audience.
Isabel, this is...
The true soul who's going to save us all. Pleased to meet you.
The urge deep within tingles. This is the one the butler commanded you to kill.
I want nothing more than to cut you up and eat you raw. But I'm gonna fight the urge because I do
No, what? This is what happened to all the darkest choices, Wyvern.
It is a very dark choice, indeed, but it could be a darker choice still to bring her into Kethric's clutches.
Just giving you a hard time.
Push your urges down.
You choke down the obscene thoughts racking your body with a shiver.
I'm gonna say, and you. I've heard you're the protector of this inn, the banisher of shadows.
Myself and Our Lady are doing what we can to hold the line. I hear you and your tadpole will be our offense. Free from the Absolute's influence, yet able to walk among cultists. It's almost too good to be true. But I'd be a poor cleric indeed not to avail of a blessing when I see one. Let me guess. Jaheira sent you to beg a protection spell off her favorite cleric.
The blessing falls uneasily over your tainted body. You can't help but dream. To kill her would destroy all of last light. You yearn for it so deeply.
Perfect. It'll make you immune to the lesser effects of the Shadow Curse, which will get you closer to the towers. But there are places it won't help. Places where the curse is darker, stronger. The cultists are able to traverse even the deepest shadows, though. I don't know how. The Harpers are trying to figure it out.
I'm gonna say... anything else I should know before heading off?
Ketheric is a frightening man, but you have something he doesn't. Allies worth having. While you're busy in the towers, I'll be sure to... Marcus, what's wrong?
Isabel, I've just gotten word. I need you to come with me. Jaheira's orders.
Come with you? Where?
Let's do this. Remember, Ketheric wants her alive.
What the hell's is going on?
I'm gonna say... you're going to meet Ketheric. Face to face.
I'd rather die.
He means you no harm, Isabel.
The feeling isn't mutual. Ketheric is a liar, Marcus. He'll never give you whatever it is he's promised you.
He already has. Time to go, Isabel.
Moon Maiden, guide my hand.
Remember, Ketheric wants her alive, no matter what.
This is a dear moment to play the Rico plays so well. Why let him take her alive when you could flood them both with a bloodbath?
Ooh! Let's kill her. That's it. That's it. The Dark Urge has won out. King Dragon say this is why you don't talk to her. I'm just excited. Let's go. Go Fireforge.
Alright.
Doing this lethal.
One. Let me grab. I want one of these. Give her an Ilmater. And we'll hit her with another one.
Nice shooting Fireforge.
And we've got it. So let's go ahead and stabby.
Wow, 50 hit points in one round. I like it. Marcus goes next, though.
Come along, Isabel.
Where's he going? Where are you going, Marcus?
Woo.
Ooh. You're pissed.
Ice Storm.
Alright, Edgin's up. Go and just Back for once.
I didn't leave much for Edgin to chew on, but he's got a little bit left.
88%. Let's go, baby. Whoa.
Oh.
88%.
There we are.
Isabel! No! What in the nine hells happened?
She was my sacrifice. It was a delight.
You wretch! To think you had my trust. If this be my last act, let it be in service of strangling the life out of you! Harpers, we must cleanse. But hark. Something stirs. It's happening. They'll all be taken by the shadows. Only by the grace of Isabel's spell will we be spared the same fate. For a little while longer, you and I are destined to fight side by side. But if the Shades don't take you, I have the next claim on your head. Until then, to battle.
All right, here we go. Rex says, "Oh wow, I didn't see it before." Johnny Malkov says, "Ah, finally, she'll finally catch up with Khalid. How delightful." Johnny Malkov, are you sure you're not Skeletor's spell in disguise? And Joker says he is the Ionic Portal. Let's get Joker into the fight here.
So let's start off with an ice arrow, get some slippery stuff going. And then we'll just start poking away at some of these Harpers. Let's see, you got a lot of health left.
Joker!
Hey, Joker!
Hey.
Welcome to the party, my good friend. Let me get your code.
Oh.
Bing, there you go. Glad you could join us.
Alright.
I don't have stuff open right now.
Nothing important is
I'm
ever easy.
Just stopping by the...
Oh, you're just stopping by to hang
Right
out?
now.
Okay, never mind. Okay,
No,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
no worries.
see.
You're welcome to hang out with us.
We've got 3 there, 3 that are hurt there. I think we're gonna open up with my ever popular and ever favorite Spirit Guardians.
Johnny, I'm glad you're doing awesome. Evil. Neutral evil. To be exactingly precise. Do you remember what neutral evil, the definition of neutral evil was in OG Dungeons & Dragons, Joker or Fireforge? I forget.
Not specifically, not specific wording, no. And I don't have too much else here, so I think we'll just go ahead and end it. Okay, I'm good. It's Edgin we're waiting for then. You looking it up, Wyvern, or?
Nope. Just doing some Discord stuff in the background. You're putting Phil to good use here, I see, with Guiding Spirits.
Spirit Guardians is such a great spell.
Spirit Guardian, there you go. You can tell that I run clerics, extensively in my Baldur's Gate playthroughs. Self-serving to its greatest degree. I guess that's how I'm role-playing my my Dark Urge, Guardian Malco. Neutral evil, Dark Urge.
Yeah, I like the neutral evil and the neutral good. I think the either chaotic or lawful puts kind of puts you in a little bit of a bind to kind of force yourself to follow rules one way or the other. I like being flexible in that regard.
Oh, it's Edgin's turn. That's why we're...
Yep.
Yeah, neutral is the most flexible of all of them.
So you're doing some work here. Let's go ahead and help you out. Let's go ahead and rage first, because I could... Well, are they going to target me? Let's see. Maybe not. They won't target me. Maybe they will. Just looking at the battlefield, I'm seeing a lot of those guys.
There's a lot of guys.
There's
a lot of guys.
Yeah, they could. How many rages do I have? I have 4. Yeah, I could afford to lose a rage here. Go ahead, bear-hearted up. Alright, let's keep raging. You have to attack an enemy. Okay, easy done. Let's go ahead, reckless. Harper Teves. Get wrecked in there. Ooh, look at that. I like it. I like great weapon fighting. Do I have that toggled on? I don't know if I do. See, I do have it toggled on. Okay. Off against Harper Hangfart here. Nice. Critical hit.
Alright.
Then, let's move back this way.
With haste.
Okay. Yay, they're all surprised.
Oh no, I'm not gonna react. I'm not gonna save Jaheira. Hopefully I can use it for somebody else.
Right, I'm up with the Dark Urge. Rex says is a type of lawful good in Pathfinder called the Builder. It's probably closest to me, IRL. Gosh, I'd like to think of myself as lawful good, but I probably fall short IRL. I'm being honest with myself here, Rex. Yeah, Dragon says probably lawful evil.
You know, I think there's been enough Hollywood explanations for why lawful good is so hard, right? You know, how often do you see, protagonists in movies and TV shows, breaking the rules because it's the right thing to do, I think that's why I have a harder time playing lawful good in video games, even, because sometimes it just keeping straight to the rules is just a little bit hard to do.
Okay, I have a lot of spooky things to deal with in this fight, so I'm gonna go ahead
with haste,
and I'm gonna turn into DM turtle mode here with the darkness spell. Is that wooden barrel? Okay, it's a plain old wooden barrel. So go ahead and throw down darkness, and then hopefully make me a little bit more survivable here. And, it's gonna be my turn. I like how the sword glows in the darkness. Do you see that?
Yeah. Boy, Rex, that's an interesting.
Oh, Jaheira.
Oof.
Not messing around.
I think he thinks that he's lawful good, but because he is breaking the law, I would consider him more of a neutral, almost a. God, that's
He's
a tough
a neutral
one.
evil.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It is. Okay, let me switch over to Phil first here. And how far can I get? I can't get that far, but I can dash. Let's get in here and nope, that's not where I want to go. Don't go that way. Get him and him. And don't really, because I used my dash. I don't have anything else. So I think we'll do that. We hit a bunch of guys as we went by. What kind of health do you have?
I'm just watching the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
That's why they got rid of alignment, I think.
Yeah, right?
They're like, this is kind of tricky to navigate.
Wait, do I have... It's at 95%, so we're gonna get that. There we go, that's good. And then, going to drop another... Actually, those guys are archers, so not gonna do that. We're gonna drop a fire arrow at their feet, though.
I keep thinking there, fireplace. Ooh.
Oh! Well, alright. And then I'm gonna jump into the darkness with you and be protected.
I like it. Joker, how's your day going out there in your neck of the woods?
Oh, it's going pretty good. How about yours?
At the ready.
What did I do? I did some errands. Hung out with my sister and her children who were visiting. Very nice. And then changed my mind about Pillars of Eternity and dragged my good friend Fireforge kicking and screaming into another session of Baldur's Gate 3 here with
Oh, yeah. Oh, you twisted my arm all right, bud.
did. Yeah. Had to have a real talk with you.
It took so much cajoling.
Lots and lots of cajoling. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and pepper these guys with my Eldritch Blast. I love how many options I have here in the darkness. There's Eldritch Blast. I'm going to put that hurt on Harper. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah, Rex. It was a terrible decision, just terrible.
Yeah, wrecked. Luck of the far realm.
Well, it definitely makes us question. That's
Down it goes. Excellent.
Oh.
Serene she might seem, but nature has fangs.
Jahira, where are you going?
Jahira goes where Jahira goes.
Yes, come into the darkness.
Running through the burning and into my guardians, so I can't complain about that.
Not a good move.
Oh, that was awesome. Oh, and they fall down.
Man, they're just deep. Oh. Destruction.
Oh god. Okay,
Pure
I'm gonna have. Oh, the vines are starting to show up now too. Okay.
Are they?
Yeah, there's one right up here, and there's one behind us. All right. So I think, seeing as we're kind of, oh, and now Phil fell. Crap.
Oh no.
Oh well.
What'd you do that for?
He slipped. I was trying to get him back in the dark, and I was gonna
You're
Falar,
just
but
trying to
oh well.
kill. You're trying to kill him because he didn't join you.
Got some good work done with your character, your Edge and Darvis.
Yeah.
Philosophy
Well, I'm
mod is
getting my
John.
stuff loaded up. It'll be.
I totally misclicked with the camera goofing around on me.
What are you
Damn
doing,
it.
Phil? What are you doing taking a break there? Nicely done, Firefly.
I don't have any
You're
movement
ruffle
left
stomping
though.
this encounter.
Crap, but I'm invisible, so.
There you go, you're protected.
Alright, so we're done over here.
Right, no need for me to pop my head out just yet, so I'm going to go ahead and Eldritch Blast Harper Darrog, finish him off. Not going to use Luck of the Far Realms, we're going to hang on to that against the down he goes. Man, not many Harpers left.
Mm-mm.
Endangered species, the Harpers.
Go get that vine, kitty cat.
Rex says, in Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, I picked Neutral Good because I figured a ball spawn living in Candle Keep would care little for civilization and government in general. Good thinking.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Rex, how come you're not hanging out with us in Discord voice as well, like Joker?
He doesn't love us anymore.
Does not, clearly.
We have to let. He's a peacock. You gotta let him fly. He got married, and now we don't matter.
What are you up to with your character, Flash?
Dang it! That moving camera is really getting distracting to me.
You still shot him at point blank.
Yeah, well, that's good. I got crossbow master, I think. So.
Yeah.
All right. So then Phil. So then Phil lost his spirit guardians, which is just a shame.
Rex says I'm cleaning my condo so the plumber won't judge me.
So
appreciate everyone being here. Thank you, Johnny Malkov, Baywiz Blar, Philosopher's Rex, GM Dragon. What else do we got here?
We got. That's a 2. I don't want to use that. I haven't played a light cleric in a little while, so I'm kind of looking at what I got option-wise here. That's level 2. What are your level 1 spells? Oh, Burning Hands, that's it. Oh, could do that to this jump over here. Maybe I'll even hit Jahir. Oh, I won't, but that's all right.
Nice.
There you go. All right. So that's Edgin then, Wyvern.
Alright, so Edgin's up. Let's go ahead, and with Edgin, we're going to come out over here, and against Harper Anthony, we're going to go ahead and go Reckless. Why not? Not even that. Still a miss. Happens. Oh! Alright, here come the big old vines.
Yeah, big vines now.
Biggie vines. And with
That
my
big
character...
vine energy.
Big vine energy, that's I'm going to actually kind of thread the needle here between these two creepers to get within range of Harper Elliford here with Edge and Darvis, Joker's
Nothing will stand in my way.
Alright, now, can I reach the giant shadow creeper? I can, and I'm in darkness, so that's good for me. Let's go ahead and do that. I wish I had time to enlarge. I never do. Such a big choice to make. Using up a whole action in combat. Anyway, off we go against the giant shadow creeper.
You picked the wrong fight.
Oh my gosh!
Ooh!
What the heck was that? Let's take a look at this. Whoa! Main hand attack, 28 slashing, was hit for 0. 37 radiant damage? Where'd the radiant damage come from? Did I divine smite that thing by accident? I guess I did.
You have one of your levels on automatic for crits, because if you crit, a lot of the smites are set to automatically use on crit.
Oh, I don't mind that. That was kind of funny.
Right? Because I mean, the nice thing about the smites is whether you hit or not, if you don't hit, it doesn't use it. So
right,
it's not like it's gonna hurt you to have it on that, because then it's like, yeah, now I'm automatically getting massive damage.
Yeah, I hear that. All right, I'm gonna sit in pretty. How much hit points does the shadow creeper have? 8, 8, and 8. Oh yeah, so I can sit in the cloud of darkness like a little squid and just snipe away at them. That's the point. Move over here. I'm still in darkness. Could be safe. Jahira might have words with us. Looks like you can survive the combat this time around.
That's surprising. Most people die with involving you guys.
Yeah.
Or us in general.
Rex says, I think I'm going to go Life Cleric if we ever start an honor run. So if we all beat the honor run in a co-op together, do we all get the achievement, or does only the...
I would imagine so, yeah.
Yep. Yes, you do.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh god, you're giving them ideas now.
Yes. Yes, we are.
No honor run till I finish my single player. I know myself. Gotta be realistic here. All right, you're up, Firefly.
So let's start.
Talk me through your turn.
Oh, I'm trying. Okay, so the little one right by all of us, it's actually giving me an invalid path with the big dead vine in the way. So, I guess I'm going to. Oh, you know what it is? Because I'm in the darkness. I'm not smart dwarf. Not smart dwarf. Yeah. Okay, let's go over here. We'll pick out these other ones here. That's it. One, and we'll. Oh, what are we doing here? Come on, game. There, we'll get him. I missed.
Seems
I miss.
Oh, I think it looks like you shot the thing in front of you.
All right, so let's do one of these.
Dice roll to get.
Oh, I'm gonna need to get out of the darkness.
Here comes Rex. Here comes Philosophist.
Do a. That's. Oh, I really don't have line of sight with the darkness there. That's embarrassing. Oh, actually, no, I do. It's. Oh, it's because he's got a fourth one now. Okay, there we go.
Oh, that was cool.
Hop back in here. That one that's behind the other big dead one does not want to be killed. It's finding ways to cheat it.
I know.
A critical miss and a no line of sight.
Right, I'm up with
Who'd have thought?
with Edgent here. Let's go after the Harper. I'm gonna go reckless. Come around. Smack this Harper for all they're worth. Down we go.
Go.
And let's see, can I go after this surviving creeper here? Hard to target it.
Yeah, I had to actually use the icon at the top in the turn order to hit it.
Oh, okay. I think I might have to do that too. Let's see, can I target it? Yeah, I'll target. That'd work.
No time for mercy.
I can reach. Down we go.
There we go.
I think that's it. That's all I can do with edging. So just run forwards.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
All right, and with good old GM Dinosaur here, go ahead and Eldritch Blast this thing 99% chance of hitting it with advantage. And we're gonna use luck of the far realms. Down we go. Oh, just kidding. 8 hit points. Up by a thread.
There we go.
It is abominable that you still live. You who has cost us so much, the murderer of light. These dead need not be buried. Beneath this canopy of darkness, all is 1 yard of restless graves. You will lie and rot among them.
I am fangs and teeth. I am bloodlust made flesh. You wouldn't understand.
Oh, but I do. I traveled with one such as you once. I didn't see it at first, but I do now. The galaxy of malice in your eyes. Your blood is beyond hope of redemption. May it water these accursed grounds and grow the sickly roses that will mark your grave.
Heck yeah, let's go!
Can I just say that I, actually adore the fact that she just calls you out there as a ball spawn?
Basically, yeah, true.
I love it. I traveled with one like you. Oh, I just did.
Oh, I
it's
missed
so
that.
great.
I missed that. Nice little subtle.
Talking about the
shout-out.
malice in your eyes. Oh, just brilliant.
Totally missed that reference.
But she's gonna get a couple
Sweet.
arrows in the head, and she's not gonna be feeling too hot.
She won't be worrying about malice stuff for then.
1 hit point. I think this is it. Down goes the hero. Haunted.
Spasm grips your chest.
Let's see what's happening.
Your strength falters. An emptiness grows
Oh.
within you, Paladin. Something has been...
What? What are we fighting?
There's one Harper apparently somewhere. Where is she?
That
What
was
the?
funny. That's funny. Kicked us out of that cutscene. Looks like a very big moment for the Dark Urge playthrough here, with everything happening at once.
Where? I don't even know where she is.
She's over here. How do I ping again?
Can't slow down.
Oh, anyway, Edgin's running over. Edgin's running over to where? Maybe I got it wrong. Oh no, she's down there. Sheesh, look at how far she is. She's how do I do this? How do I ping? Do you remember how to ping in this game?
Is it controller alt right click?
Oh. There we go. Right over here. Worked for a second.
Oh, geez, she's way over there. Oh my God. Okay, I see her. Yeah, I see her. Jeez. All right, well, let's see if we can.
No choice but to keep going.
Cunning action dash, so we don't waste that.
Johnny says, "Oh, she picked mad. She was." GN Dragon says, "No dice for you." Says the dice Nazi. Johnny
The
Mouthpod
dice
says,
Nazi.
"GN Dragon, ich bin ein Dicelander."
Alright, let's see if we can. And down to 6, and there we go.
We big time killed the inn. GN Dragon, we killed the inn. If you hear her call this out, it's reminding her of the original ball spawn, and something happened to our. Okay, we got a big thing to do here. I'm gonna go ahead and talk to the hero and see if this will work.
You might need to put the helmet on, Wyvern.
I didn't kill her. You did.
That's true.
Let's go ahead and speak again.
The corpse has nothing to say.
Really? Aww. Why? Why does the corpse have nothing to say? This is Chihiro. Chihiro's respectable clothes. Though humble in appearance, these clothes bear little hints at Chihiro's fashionability. Minimalism offset by the subtle hues shining brighter at night and softening in sunbeams. And she has 2 blades. The Sylvan scimitars are unique. It does, Melee Caster. Instead of its dexterity modifier, the affected entity adds its spellcasting ability modifier to attack rolls. Really good for an Eldritch Knight. Everything moves strangely in the Feywild, from rivers to behaviors, as a mercurial place where the magical and physical can pass permanently through one another. The blade. And all of it.
We got a few of the vendors' items.
Okay, you want to read it out?
Nothing super useful. We got the obsidian lace robe, which is a clothing item, so it's kind of a monk item. On a successful saving throw against a foe spell, you deal 4 to 7 damage to them and grants you fire resistance. Got the Shade Clinger armor, rare light armor. While obscured, the wearer has advantage on saving throws and a +1 to stealth. And got the Amulet of the Harpers. That's gives you shield. Level 1
cool.
shield spell. So I'm gonna put that amulet in Phil's inventory because I think he could make good use of that, depending on what he has. I know he's got the healing one right now. Other ones, I am going to go ahead and start dropping stuff in your inventory, boss, so you can send it to camp.
Okay. Sounds good.
Because
Up here.
of the way the weird camp stuff works. And then there's plenty more bodies to We are not done yet. There's
Feasting
plenty of.
tonight.
It's the end of this fight's a dream for guys like you and me, Wyvern. Pick it all up.
That's right. Must all come with us.
And now all that stuff that was sitting around the vendor's shop can all be picked up too.
Wonderful. That's all valuable vendor items that's coming with us.
Hey, you know, when you get to Baldur's Gate, right, there's a lot of good stuff to buy from a lot of vendors.
There you go.
So
we're playing an evil playthrough here, so steal, rob, pillage. Our heart's content. That's a good call. Rex says fill, fills, inventory. Did that twice as fast. That was kind of glorious. That was a cool combat. I kind of enjoyed that even better than when I went through it the first time.
Yeah.
In my original run. That was cool too. The mace, Flander. Sorry. Temp safe from Moonhaven.
Please.
That's right, GM Dragon. Temporarily safe from I can see. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we have. Oh, we do have Blessing of Selune. Selune's radiance protects against the lesser effects of the Shadow Curse, but beware. Even her light cannot guard against the darkest shadows. Cool. We still have her Blessing.
Yep, because she cast it on you, so yeah, we do retain that. So I think that's just about everything. Definitely even got a couple smoke powder bombs that I send your way too. Those will be fun in the future. Oh, Dark Urge is too heavy. I can't send anything to him.
I got it. There we go. You should be able to send stuff to me now.
All right, there we go.
Better.
Didn't go down to that random lady down there. See, she's probably not anything major, but I'm sure good vendor something or another on her body. Harper Lysandra. Oh, she's got a +1 hand axe.
Hey.
What I'm actually, and I know it's not on the docket for this patch, but you know, I gotta say the one that I'm really waiting for is if Larian's able to get crossplay working. I've got someone on both Xbox and PlayStation that would love to play a round of this with me, and currently cannot.
Have you heard anything about crossplay being a thing?
It's on their roadmap, but they have not really said, you know, how long or where on the roadmap it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
Did you send me a direct connect link?
I did. Just in case you can hop in.
Right. Well, we have left a pile of corpses like I don't think I've seen in a while.
Did leave some carnage, that's for sure. These rings that we're not supposed to be using. Okay.
With Joker coming in, if you want to take Phil, I won't be offended.
Are you joining us, Joker?
Yeah, it's loading in.
Yay!
Oh, I think it actually assigned him Phil. Yeah, it did. It actually assigned him Phil.
GM Dragon says, I guess you don't need the lantern anymore. Yeah, with the blessing of Selune. That is for sure. Let's see if he shows up. There he is. Go ahead and give the character there. Do you want to use Phil Fireforge? Or do you want to hand him
No,
over
you
to
can take
Jester?
him. That's I'm perfectly happy
I have
with
no idea
with
how
my...
to use the cleric. I'll just leave him with you.
Okay.
All right. Let me drop a save. All right, this is gonna be a heavy cutscene sequence. Fireforge and Joker. Let's give the adventurers here a cinematic experience. I'm gonna head back to the camp.
Oh yes. I'll enjoy it as much as they will.
First, I see someone I'm talking to. Oathbreaker. Interesting. So I can leave him aside here. Let's talk.
I have been waiting for you. I felt the moment of your liberation. The shedding of your bond. You called to me. I am here to show you the way.
Who are you?
I was the first. The first to swear. The first to fall. When another's oath is broken, I stand witness. I hear their sorrow. I see their jubilation. I guide their hand. Oathbreaker. You swore to deliver vengeance. To hunt down those who had wronged. And ensure they felt the sting of justice. Tell me. Why did you abandon your oath?
I'm a poor paladin. My mind is shattered. And cruelty is within.
Cruelty need not conflict with purpose. And a shattered mind may yet uphold an oath. But you have fallen. And it seems you do not fully comprehend the reason why. Take comfort in your undoing. I, like you, abandoned my cause. But much can still be achieved. Your oath is broken. The light within you fades. A new power is awakening.
Tell me more about these powers.
Darkness will obey your summons. The dead will march to your rhythm. Even now, these shadows gather around you. They sense the cracks in your armor. They yearn to be used, to be inflicted.
I'm gonna say, what oath did you swear?
I served a noble lord. I fought for him without question or restraint. Where his light shone, my sword followed. In his name, I raised villages, put thousands to the sword. I believed our greater purpose required such brutality, such sacrifice. But his light was so radiant, it blinded me to all else. I could not see the darkness and corruption of the path he led me down. When I finally saw the truth, he would not be reasoned with. So I ended him. For this, I was called Oathbreaker.
This, I was called Angar, the Oathbreaker. I'm gonna say, shout out to our good friend Angar. I'm gonna say, did you know what it meant to break your oath like that?
I knew the consequences would be worse for those he continued to harm. What's past is past. We are here to discuss your future.
What did you achieve after abandoning your oath?
I wielded the powers of darkness, yet held a candle for those who needed the light. My actions followed no teaching, apart from my own justification. Good or ill, I made my choices. Eventually, I heard the call of others who had strayed. I showed them the way, as I show you now.
I'm ready. I'll become an Oathbreaker.
Do not resist. Surrender and be remade. Though born of a vile source, these powers can be used for good or ill. Your oath no longer binds you. The choice is yours alone.
Yes! I'm an Oathbreaker now.
There we go.
There we go. Thanks for the patience, Fireforge and Joker Soul Adventurers, who join me in welcoming our good friends Garrus, aka Lizard Flame 1, and Homemade Sandwich, and my great friend Dame Offensive and her offensive bots, of which I am one. Thank you for the raid, Dame Offensive. Good to have you here. Dame Offensive, fellow content creator, longtime friend of mine.
Yeah, good to see you. I haven't seen you around these parts in a while, Dame. Good to see you.
Yeah, Dame plays a lot of Total War on her channel, and I think he's playing Frostpunk. So for the adventurers here who may not know my good friend Dame Offensive, let me go ahead and grab her channel here and return some of the support. Dame and I actually played Divinity Original Sin 2 with our good friend Freewater. Then they, in fact, beat it. I had to drop out because of work. There is a link to Dame Offensive's YouTube channel right there. If you guys want to extend some support to our good friend Dame and subscribe and hit that notification bell, I'd be very grateful. Welcome, Dame Offensive and fellow Offensives. All right.
That was one hell of a series back in the day.
Which one? Transformers?
The DOS 2. The DOS 2 series. I loved it.
I would say...
I mean, Transformers was too. That was my childhood, but I'm referring to the DOS 2.
Yeah, Divinity Original Sin 2, great game. I'd love to go back and replay it someday, single player. All right, Oathbreaker, you've broken your sacred oath in pursuit of power and ambition. Sound just like my character. Only darkness remains to fuel you now. Ooh. Such a emo playthrough that I'm having here. Spiteful Suffering. Alright, class action does 1d4 necrotic damage. The target takes 1 to 4 necrotic damage each turn, and attack rolls against it have advantage. Lasts for 3 turns, and it's a channel oath charge. Excellent for the character.
Yeah, that's great.
That is great. We got control.
I kind of want to see if I can kill this
guy. GM Dragon says, what do you do for work, DM? I work for a software developer, GM Dragon, so producer. We got control undead. Use the power of your oath to gain control over an undead creature. The undead will follow you around and attack your enemies. Interesting. And it lasts until a long rest. The target's level must be lower than yours. Okay, gotta remember that. We get dreadful aspect. Let your darkest emotions burst forth as a menacing pulse to frighten nearby enemies. Last 2 turns also channel oath charge. We got Hellish Rebuke. It's an oath spell. And inflict wounds. Another oath spell. Always prepared. Alright, let's go ahead and we can reassign.
To answer that, Joker, I believe in earlier builds in EA. No, because it wasn't in EA, was it? I believe in early in the original release though, that you could kill the Oathbreaker guy and get his sword and armor.
Ooh.
I want his armor.
But I believe they've removed that now. because it was an unintended situation.
He has hell. He has
At
hell.
the ready.
Go ahead, drop a save. We can test it out. Why not? We can see what happens. Let me give him a whack. Oh, it's ours. Ooh.
Oh,
224
look
hit
who
points.
else is hostile. Look who Shadowheart's hostile.
What?
Volo's
Astarian's
hostile.
Astarian's hostile too. What the heck? Also, Astarian's butt ass naked. I just realized
He's
that.
not the only one.
Oh my god. Why are they all naked? I put clothes on them.
Sure.
Sure you did.
Sure I
you did.
Oh my gosh.
Just so that Dwergar.
All right.
All right, I gotta say,
Hold on.
I gotta
we're
say
gonna do
this
this.
is good.
We're gonna do this. I'm gonna load up. Fireforge Joker, could you put some clothes on the gosh darn NPC companions? I can't do it on my end because I'll just smack everyone over the head with gratuitous nudity here. So.
I will put some kind of covering.
Destroy their
I will
modesty.
put some kind of covering on them.
Thank you very much. Dame, I don't know if you're lurking there. Thank you for the raid again. Appreciate y'all being here.
GM Dragon says we don't mind.
No, Shadow.
You would mind if it was Withers who's naked. Guaranteed.
Oh god.
Alright, there's some on her.
Everyone's
There's
naked.
some
What
on-
the heck happened? I put clothes on everyone. Someone's trying to troll me.
Alright, they now have clothing on.
I need clothing on the she has clothing too. Excellent. Great. Okay. Let me go ahead and drop another save.
Get out of here, lady.
And then let's
Stop it. Getting escape.
Here we go. For all the marbles. Let's go! Yes! Oh, hey!
Yeah,
What happened? Oh, he hellish rebuked you. Gotcha. Okay.
yeah, I'm not sure why everybody else is
Yeah.
angry, but it's gonna feel good.
We just gotta see what happens when we beat him. Oh, Volo just got yeeted.
Poor Volo.
Stein's not looking too good. Good thing Tiamat's
Well, he's
not
in
here.
his underwear with no weapon, so yeah.
Tiamat, that didn't happen.
He's like, what? A 1 AP?
Alright, there you go.
Everyone's disappointed about not having naked fun times. Oh man, he says Stein magically just had all of his clothes off with absolutely no explanation. Homemade, did you make a sandwich today? So what kind of sandwich did you make?
She just saved us from fear, even though she's against us.
Yeah! Yeah! Then Smackdown. You know, Berserker is such a terrible subclass, Joker. I don't get the point of Berserker at all. I mean, do you understand the Berserker subclass? I don't. Personally.
Yeah, you get hit. You get the extra hits, right? The extra frenzied hit. What did I do? Did I actually hit end turn on accident? I don't know what I did.
Frightened somehow.
I could only rage, I couldn't do anything after.
I think the frightened. You hexed. Take a whack at you. Come on. Yes, I hit him. Ow.
There you go.
My sister Greatsword's not working on it.
How dare you.
Donnie says, I was going to ask, where is our beloved queen? I suspect Queen T-Mat's probably just getting the proper rest as she should. Yeah, the weapons you're using is powerful. It's very cool. This would be so funny if we took out those blades.
Oh, don't come by me.
Speaking on you for some reason.
Oh, Shadow Sanctuaries.
Didn't make a sandwich, but had enchiladas. I love me a good enchilada.
Ow!
Man, Oathbreaker with 200 hit points. No slouch.
I'm following me.
You're following me. 99 hit points. Great, we're making progress. Got a wicked two-handed sword. We can loot that. That'd be happy fun times.
I know, he does.
Right, a turn. Let me go spank ya. That's what I'm gonna do. Go ahead and use oh, it's action? What?
S-O-M.
Sheesh, really? Man, I don't want to use the whole action.
You know, Garrus, that's actually why the air quotes tier paladin sword is actually better, even though technically it doesn't do as much damage because it is a +1.
I critical hit the guy. Garrus says, hey DM, in my playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, I am avoiding getting that two-handed fire sword. My RNG is so bad with that weapon, this ever. It doesn't have a weapon bonus, that's true. So you can mitigate that with, you know, like the bless spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but depending on what you do, if you run the weapon master feats, you can actually give yourself, by consuming one of your weapon master, like your tactician type weapon master dies, you can increase your percentage to hit with it. That's what I did on mine. So I use one of those, and it bumps it up even with reckless attack type thing up to like 70%.
Yo, Joker. I just realized we completely blew through our 1 hour break, 1 hour mark break Fire Forge.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that.
We're having too much fun here. When we finish this encounter, let's take a 5-minute break.
Well, there we go.
There's Oathbreaker. Down. Right, who's up? Who's still up?
Oh, is it because the two of them haven't failed their saving throws yet?
I guess we gotta finish them off, yeah.
Oh, that's
funny. I can help Astarion do that, don't worry.
Okay.
Good thing Queen's not here.
I know, that's why
It's not happening, Queen. Alright, it's my turn. Get wrecked, Shadowheart. Down goes Shadowheart.
That hurt me inside.
I can't
On my way.
Can't reach Asti.
Oh, he's got Sanctuary on him. We can't hurt him.
What?
He's got Sanctuary. Shadowheart must have cast it on him. We can't touch him. Oh
great.
my god.
That's great.
I can touch him, don't worry.
Let's see how this is gonna work.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I can't even put Hunter's Mark on him.
See what Joker has planned. Hey, it worked!
Oh, well, that'll do it.
Crispy.
Oh no, we can't loot the Oathbreaker.
Is he knocked out or is he dead?
Dead.
Can't even loot him, huh? Yeah, like I said, that's why. Oh,
Clever
yeah,
depth.
here we'll just keep it. I've got the scene where the artifact comes to you because Shadowheart is no longer with us.
Alright, well we tried, Joker. We tried, but we're at it. Valerian's foiled us. Okay, 5-minute break. See you guys in 5.
Deal.
All right, I'm sorry for that delay. Fireforge, Joker.
Yo.
Hey.
Yo.
All right. All right, let's get underway here. Who do we have? Let's do a quick check amongst the adventurers. Homemade saying this music slaps, doesn't it always? Oh, we got Johnny Malkov here. GM Dragon. Who else do we have here amongst the adventurers this evening as we resume our romp in Baldur's Gate 3? All right, excuse me. What I'd like to do is I'd like to gently dismiss Phil from the party. So I'm going to go ahead and grab him back. And we're going to get in Shadowheart because we're kind of approaching that part of the Shadowcurse lands.
We're getting close to that time where you're about to kick us
cozy
out.
setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
Didn't mean to talk to Volo. Leap? Alright, yes, we are getting close to that hour, Fireforge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop off most of Phil's stuff onto your...
What now?
Oh wow, Phil's got a lot. So let's see, who has the least? Inventory's pretty safe, so we're going to send this all over to you, Fireforge. Safekeeping while I get Shadowheart prepped for prime time. It was incredibly, such a great experience heading back into Baldur's Gate 3 with you here and Joker Soul and Rex and Queen Tiamat and Gon. You know, everyone who
Oh, it's been a blast.
It really has been. I really kind of scold myself that it's taken so long for me to get anywhere close to finishing the game, but you know,
I look forward to watching you, get into that stuff that you've never seen before.
I appreciate that, Fireforge.
Right.
But
There's
it's gonna
so
be
much in Act 3.
It's gonna be bittersweet for sure. It'll be bittersweet for sure.
I mean, that's true. I mean, it'll be a little bit of a bummer not being, in game with you. But you know what? I'll be in stream, in chat, watching you do it. So
I appreciate that, Fireforge. I do. And what's I gonna say? Yeah, I look forward to getting through Baldur's Gate and then taking a look and seeing what we do next. Whether it's an honor mode run or maybe I can sort of fill up this slot with Neverwinter Nights 2. We'll see. But we'll definitely do something where we can get the band back together.
I haven't played that game in forever. That's a good.
Would you enjoy playing that with myself here in Fireforge, Joker Soul?
What?
Neverwinter Nights 2, because you could play it multiplayer.
Oh yeah, that'd be a blast. I mean, it's been a long time. Another one that's kind of akin to Neverwinter Nights that I would love to get a ROM made of is Champions of Norath. PS2.
Champions of Norath. What is that? I don't think I know exactly what
I'm familiar with the name, but I don't think I've really ever seen it per se.
So Champions of Norath is a D&D inspired game. Very much along the whole Neverwinter Nights thing, except for it's more akin to when you play and fight, you have your RPG aspects of equipping your characters, doing those things, but it's like in an isometric style, top-down, where you play characters, specific ones, and you can kind of make your own. It was old school PS2. It was a lot of fun. It was, put through a lot of hours in there. I actually just found my PS2 disc of it, and I was like,
That is cool. Champions of Norath kind of lends itself to like EverQuest in my mind.
Yeah, in a way.
Still alive.
Right?
So that's
Norath is
progress.
the
One day
land
I'll
where
catch a
EverQuest
break.
is set.
I should speak up.
A once familiar ally, now apparently not all there.
Rex!
Perhaps a little time away is all he needs. He'll be at your camp, should you wish to call on him again.
Right, there goes Rex. Ooh, let's go get Shadowheart. Oh, gal. Shadowheart, there she is. Sitting right next to you, Joker.
A lot of people died because you lost the run of yourself. Isabel shielded them from the shadows, and you left them vulnerable. If you can't control yourself, you're nothing
Yeah, Dragon,
but a liability.
So I don't know if you know the recent history. So Wyvern had started this single player, and he unfortunately lost his save data. And so as a way to kind of make the catch up to where he was more interesting, he brought, well, not more interesting, but to make it flow a little bit quicker, he brought us in to kind of hang out with him while we went through it. And when he does catch up to where he was, then he's going to continue it solo again.
On all these harsh nights, thou hast sought...
Right, and the reason for doing that, GM, is because I think a lot of people would agree, there is a rich narrative experience to be imbibed in Baldur's Gate 3, and I think that, you know, I kind of have mixed feelings about slowing everyone down in the co-op to do that, you know? I think co-op should move very briskly and not be held up by things like that, so... The first time through as a player, I want to be able to smell the grass, you know, pick every flower, you know, go down every alleyway, talk to every character that I can find, and just really sort of immerse myself in the world and setting that I developed. I'm going to say, I don't want the part. I'm going to say, my love life is none of your business, skeleton.
Love is no domain of mine, but it is often cited as the purpose of mortal life. Wherefore turnst thou from it?
She's debating me, my goodness. I'm gonna say... I really don't want to talk to you about this.
And thus thou art alone.
Alright, I actually wanna...
Fate spins along as it should.
Right.
Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a
You know,
resurrection
I need to figure
instead?
out, I need to reach out to the modding community for this game.
As
What are you
thou
looking for?
desire.
I found, like, I have the most perfect idea for a really good mod for this game. And the mod would be that whenever you have to roll dice for, like, hits or anything to make it tabletop feel, you can roll physical dice and then put in the number that you got, and so like it feels kind of tabletop, you know what I mean? And then you just punch in the number. So if you you rolled like a 6, you put the 6 in, and then it'll automatically do the rest of the calculations for you, but like you get to physically roll.
20, 20, 20, 20.
Yeah, I knew that. I know. You'd have to make it to where it disabled achievements, but I think that'd be a really fun way of going through the game. So you could like get your D20s and 100s and all that stuff out.
And I say that, but honestly, anybody who at least I would assume anybody who would actually install that mod would not abuse it that way anyway. But
right, they would do it because they want to have that.
They want that experience. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And seeing as I haven't played a physical game of D&D in a long time, it'd be nice for my dice to get some love.
I'm thinking, do I want to focus on dexterity and have wisdom as an afterthought? That's kind of a tempting.
No, so I always, because she's gonna be, well, okay, it depends. Are you going light cleric with her again?
Trickery.
You're gonna stick with trickery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you know, I would put enough dexterity in that it would, you know, her armor would catch it. So I wouldn't put any more than like 12 dex, and then I do strength and wisdom from there. That's what I do with her. But then again, with trickery, her weapon selection. Well, she's gonna get that spear, either way. So. That's what I would do. I because you're gonna want to give her that her story weapon, right?
Which is a spear. What is that? What is a story weapon? I'm not familiar with it.
You'll see now, won't you?
Okay. Is it a finesse weapon?
No, it is not.
Oh, that's a big.
Which is why, yeah. I wouldn't give her any more probably than 12 or 14 dexterity at the most. Plus, she's going to have, you know, medium armor. She's got medium armor proficiency, so you're going to have that.
That's interesting. So it's not a finesse weapon, her story weapon.
Nope.
I can throw everyone in this camp. including
That's-
the Oathbreaker,
that's-
Volo, and Withers.
That is so surprising to me. That
Which is why the way that she's built is so stupid.
yeah, 'cause-
Right.
And GM Dragon has a fairly good point that the Blood of Lathander is still a fantastic weapon for her. But what is that? It's a mace. So what is it?
strength.
It's strength based.
That's so weird.
So literally all of her best weapons are strength based weapons.
That's so weird. So counterintuitive.
It is. It's why she's one of the
It's like they
one of the
want
people
you to
that
respect her.
right. Like she is one person like immediately she gets respect because it just doesn't make sense. Her stat spread is really really bad.
Well, I mean, I could see, since she's a cleric, I could see running strength with her, but it does nerf a ton of the extra abilities that come as being a cleric. Like if you pump too much into the strength, you're losing a lot of your other stuff.
Yeah, that
I
is-
think you can get you can put in a like I tend to go I think 16 wisdom, 14 con, 14 strength is usually what I think I go with her.
Yeah, you definitely want you wouldn't go any higher than 14 because you're gonna get a +2 off of that. So off of 14, so you wouldn't go to 15 because then you're taking away from other ones. And
Yeah.
it's like the only reason to go to 15 is if you're like, well, I'll take the Hag's Hair and I'll use that. Like, as soon as I can to get her to 16, but then again, she's a cleric, so she's not your main damage dealer anyway.
Right.
So you just need her to be able to do a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, just not completely useless when she ends up in melee, and that is unless if you're now again that's assuming you're playing trickery and most of them, right? Trickery, life, light. If you're playing a war or Tempest cleric, that's different. You want to be in melee. You get the heavy armor.
Yeah.
You want melee damage because that's what you're doing a lot of.
I'm running a Tempest cleric on one of mine. They're pretty cool if you build them right. There's a lot of electricity-based stuff.
Love the Tempest cleric. The only issue that I have with it, and it's not really an issue, but the only thing that I dislike about it is that you have to choose whether you're using spiritual guardians or call lightning, and they're both so good. And to only be able to hold concentration on one of them makes my head spin.
I would only use Spirit Guardians personally. I think Call Lightning's good, and I just like the sustain you get from Spirit Guardians. It really makes you more, in my opinion, it makes you more defense based too. That's what I don't know. I really like that one, but it is hard to go anything that's more than a life cleric because life cleric is like so S tier in this game right now, like just in general.
I honestly, I mean, it is, but I find it incredibly boring.
That's it. Yeah, that's why I'm playing a Tempest Cleric. I don't do Trickery Domain. Trickery Domain is garbage in this game. Like, plain and simple. Like, it's not very good.
Yep. No, I switch. I tend to switch off, or depending on what my party is, between Light and Tempest, because I like them a lot. I like them both. I like that the Light Cleric is kind of almost a mini sorcerer in a lot of ways with access to Fireball.
Yeah, I can see why I'm leveling up Shadowheart right now, and I realize that I probably just want to max out Wisdom. That's the general rule here. It wasn't a smart thing to do to sit at 14 for all kinds of different reasons. But yeah, let's get things leveled up.
I think that's one of the reasons why clerics are so great, because they are so flexible. I mean, you can play them as a melee specialist, you can play them as a support specialist, you can play them as a DPS specialist.
Yeah, they do in 5th edition. They do lose out on some 2nd edition clerical spells that turn clerics into absolute juggernauts in melee. Don't quite get that in 5th edition. I feel, at least not at levels that. You get any like level 4 spell that can give you like a big boost to your combat ability?
I'm trying to remember levels. Like for 3, I mean, a Glyph of Warding's. I'm watching the stream right now. Glyph of Warding's always fun. Obviously, Spirit Guardians is the big one.
Yeah.
But Glyph of Warding is fun. I use that. I use that on a pretty regular basis to kind of help
Glyph
block
of Warding
doorways.
is super awesome because the part of it that's really good is the fact that you don't have to place it down and then let it make, and then let them come into it to do it.
Yep.
You can just place it on them and apply
on top
the buff.
of them. Yep.
Like, especially later on when you can get things like sleep or things like that come in, or maybe I'm thinking something slightly different. But anyways, you can just like place it down and just instantly trigger it.
Yep.
You don't even have to wait for them. And
Correct.
so it has so much utility in the game.
Yep.
That's actually my favorite one. I usually run Spirit Guardians and Glyph of Warding.
Yep.
I'll cut something else out and run both of them.
Yeah, I would say that the worst part about clerics is the early game until they get that level 3 spells. I find them much more difficult to play. They're a little wonky. They kind of waffle as to like what they do.
You know, it just depends on I think you have to have a set identity as what you want them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like from the start, you're like, do I want? Because until they can't really become a multifaceted character until they hit those higher levels.
Right.
So it's like maybe I'm just going to build this one as a tanky cleric, Constitution, run them with heavy stuff, and then when I get that, I'll respec them down and then spread them out into more of the character that they normally. So it's like you kind of have to specialize a little bit.
What I'm really surprised about Shadowheart is what you guys shared with me about her iconic weapon not being finesse, considering that she starts as a trickery subclass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because the other, so when I was looking, I actually did some digging around the internet for builds when I was doing my last solo playthrough, and basically for people who want to keep with the trickery domain, they actually basically play her as a rogue instead. Yep. Then they multi-class trickery cleric with rogue, as opposed to keeping her. It ends up being more rogue than it does end up being more cleric.
Yep. Right. Because the rogue itself got done pretty dirty in the game.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that great. But what's good is when if any of your classes, if you take at least 3 levels of rogue, you can get that specialization to get an additional bonus action.
Yep.
And like that opens, so like so in the stream that I'm doing, or not stream, but the one I'm doing right now with my artificer, that I'm in Act 3 now. I decided it'd be fun to just mess with everybody's characters and change them to like the polar opposite of what they are. So Gale is a 2-handed fighter. Astarion is a mage or a monk, one of the two. Shadowheart is she's a sorcerer, warlock. She's a warlock. And so for her, I have her in I took the first few levels of warlock, and then the rest, and then I took additional batches into wizard, and then into rogue. So I get the additional bonus action, so that means I can cast Eldritch Blast more. But then I have the wizard abilities too, so that means I can quicken spell with sorcery points and cast more Eldritch Blast. So in one turn, if I really want to burst somebody down, I can do like 8 or more Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
And that's not including if I add haste on myself.
Oh yeah, Sorlock is a ridiculous class. It's absolutely ridiculous.
So yeah, it's really fun. I mean, they did rogues dirty in a lot of ways, but the additional bonus action is pretty cool, especially if you pair it with like the character you have right now. Like if you run the Bloomstalker with a little bit of rogue in there just to get those additional bonus actions.
And that seems more of a 5.0 thing than this, because the same thing really goes in Solasta, right? No one really ran a rogue in Solasta. Everybody ran a ranger that had the lockpicking abilities, because it was just that much better. I think that's really unfortunate. I think it's a 5.0 thing that rogues are just kind of, they're not as powerful as and Wyvern, just make sure, because that helmet I think is heavy, and I don't think she has heavy armor proficiency.
Good call.
So we don't want her to be, running around with like her head dragging on the ground because she can't hold up a heavy helmet.
Like a newborn baby.
Yeah.
Sliding around. Head can't stand up and hold her head up. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. It's there's a lot of niche things that until you like start playing with all the builds and stuff and just all the ways you can change things, like making sure that if you're gonna run somebody that you want to have heavy armor on, but they're gonna be like a cleric or something like that, then maybe you start out with paladin for one level only, and then go full bore into the other one, because then you can get your heavy armor proficiency, and then you're going into cleric.
Right.
There's a lot of ways you can just tweak everything out to your
that and just in general, like how well all of the charisma classes do play with each other is just it's crazy. How well that almost any combination, any reasonable combination of them is just really, really good. I mean, sorcerer and warlock, sorcerer and bard and warlock, even like pally warlock. I mean, there's so many of those. You combine those charisma classes, and they're all so cool together.
But I'll tell you what, the one thing, because it's never a class I've never had any interest in playing, is the monk. Like, as far as, like, standard D&D. Like, it was like, I'm good. I don't really, it just doesn't speak to me. Even though, like, Jackie Chan is my favorite, like, of all time. I've seen everything he's ever done, period.
Sure.
And probably about 15 times on each one. So I love that history and that. But in this game, it's so fun to play a monk. They really were able to bring that in. And so, especially if you're like my monk, Starion. So, Starion, I put him into a lot of strength, gave him the Tavern Brawler feat, which that's a must.
Yep.
But then my plan is to multi-class him one more time into Rogue, just to get him that additional bonus action as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, you need to start laying. But the only thing that stinks is, with a lot of these, depending on the builds you want to do, sometimes they don't come on until like late game.
Correct.
Like that's the like the peak build that I'm doing with Shadowheart, where I made her a warlock. It doesn't really come fully online to almost like level 12.
Right.
At level 12, I can do like 12 Eldritch Blasts a turn.
Right, yeah.
But I have to get to that point before it's like fully online. It's still good, but it's not where it can be. And that's the only thing that stinks is you don't have an additional like bit of content where you have 4 more levels or something that you're gonna get to where you're like, now my build's online. I've got a whole nother act where now my build's going.
So Wyvern, obviously, I mean, you've got Falur in her hand, and you've got the Blood of Lathander in her inventory.
Oh, yeah.
And that's really, those two are really the only things that you should really need on her.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to give her the Blood of Lathander here. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm not so sure, how I feel about how I rolled her up, but the good thing about Baldur's Gate and Larian, they make it very forgiving. So in case you're not really happy with how you set up your character, you can always go back and rejigger it to have a more satisfying play experience. But thank you for the pause. GM Dragon, Johnny Malkoff saying, GM Dragon says charismatic people play with each other, and Johnny Malkoff says charismatic people always play well with others. Very cool.
Yeah.
So you can see here. All right, Joker, Fireport, you guys ready to step out into the bad lands or the Shadow Curse lands?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Should we take a rest first, or are we good? No, we're good.
We ought to take a rest.
We got short rests available. We have all that stuff.
Oh, no, there's a strong story reason why I want to take this long rest now. So I'm going to go ahead. Before I do, let's take a look at the quest hurdle. So resolve the abduction. We helped Marcus abduct Isabel and carry her off to Moonrise Towers. Just sworn that I killed her. The urge. There we go. Await your blood prize. Isabel is a corpse carried away on the wind. Last light is desecrated. such a sublime release of all your pent-up frustration. You did well, and this deed will not go without proper acknowledgement. Alright, let's see how we're going to be acknowledged. Adventurers, before we head into that long rest, please join me in welcoming Godzilla Tube, saying if you have a 4-player multiplayer, is there a way to swap the origin characters in and out and do their quest, or no? You want to answer that, Fireforge?
Unfortunately, right now there is not. We have tried over and over again to make it work, and we have not been able to. So it appears that currently that is not an option.
But
which is another reason. Which is another really good reason for Wyvern to kick us out after we get to this point, so that he can do all that content. Because there's a lot of really, really good character quest content to do.
I appreciate that, Fireforge. It's going to be bittersweet saying farewell to my co-op adventurers in Baldur's Gate 3, but as you said, if you are going to experience this game the first time through, you might as well try to capture some of that experience that Larry designed for the single player.
Yeah,
you
definitely want to do it one time through by yourself, like, because no distractions, just enjoy the story, do it your way, you know. There's no... Often I think to myself, I wish I had a time machine, just so I could go back to the beginning of some of the games I've played that were so good, so I could experience them for the first time again. Yeah.
Well said, Joker. Adventurers, please join me in welcoming Cole. I haven't seen you here in an age, Cole. Good to have you back here at the Wyvern's Lair, saying, yikes, that's not good. Not good indeed. All right, let's end the day and see what Skelertus Fell has in store for us, a.k.a. our Johnny Malkov in Baldur's Gate 3. So you want to end the day. You have enough cancel supplies to restore all hit points and spell slots if you long rest. Yes, we shall. I thought it was very interesting how Shadowheart scolded me for destroying the Last Light Inn, even though she's the cleric of Shar. I don't know if you guys saw that. She's like, "Why'd you do it?"
I didn't.
Why did you care about it, Shadowheart? You're a cleric of Shar. All right, we're gonna go to bed.
But is she?
Yeah. Right? She certainly seemed that way when she slit Lazelle's throat, that's for sure.
True.
For like the 20th time on my playthrough.
You kept going back.
That was so amazing.
Also,
kept going back and going back and going back.
Lots of sex with
It wasn't the only scene that got replayed a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Johnny Malkov says, "Yo, what up? We're talking about your stand-in in Baldur's Gate 3, Johnny Skelertus Fell, who we're just about to meet." Off we go with the full rest. Let's give the adventurers here a cinematic experience.
Your kill of that poor cleric can mean only one thing. The vile Skeleritas will be here soon enough.
Fantasize for the dark prize you will soon receive.
I have something wonderful for you, dear mouldering master. A part of your past is here for you. I come with your disgusting prize.
I made it, not private, so you guys can join. I'm gonna say... I'll take your sugary trinket, but my killings come from pure desire.
This prize is no payment, but a sign of reverence towards you. Come closer, my depraved prodigy. Try on your new gym jams. They're a present from Father. It would be rude not to. Such a strapping young behemoth.
You cannot speak, but you have command over your own cruelty.
Swipe at the button.
Oh, yes. Please, wondrous manslaughterer, kill me.
Swipe to crush the button.
That was so refreshing. Thank you. Your clothes hit like a kiss.
Snarl.
Oh, how horrible. This foam is the Slayer. You will do many naughty feats with it. Oh, I wish I had time to wax your hide and brush your spines. But your adoring butler must away. But you should be hopeful for your bright future. You are going to kill again soon. You will keep chopping down the Moon Maiden's family tree. I shall return when you next have need of me. I have your estate to attend to. We will meet again there. Good night, sweet master.
Naked dwarf. Johnny Malcolm making funsy times. Skeletor's Fell strikes me as a very powerful character of some sort.
I love how he comes in. He's like, "Try on your new gym jams,"
Right?
and it's like you turn into this gigantic, horrible beast, and he calls you, "Try on your gym jam." It makes me laugh
He's such a
every
great
single time.
Yeah.
He's such a great character.
Although I spotted an error.
Oh, you did? What'd you spot?
Well, when he comes back in, he says that was so refreshing, but the subtitles just say fresh.
I saw that too.
I was like, oh, Larian, I found one.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing, but those things do slip through. But anyway, thank you, Fireforge and Joker, for giving our adventures a cinematic experience of the embrace of my character's dark heritage here. All right, back to the Shadow Curse lands we go. And we'll head out to camp.
And I love that Slayer form. Oh, it's so much fun.
I have, to be honest, I haven't done a Dark Ridge playthrough, so that's the first time I've seen that.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Glad you did.
But that's okay. That is awesome.
All right, let's talk to Shadowheart here.
The Shadow Curse. It doesn't seem to affect me like it does others. Not as badly, at least. Do you know what this means? I must be blessed. Lady Shah is protecting me where others are left to face her wrath. She loves me. She must do.
Dwarf, first time I've been out of my elements in the dark.
This is no cavern. This is true darkness. Perhaps Lady Shah will show you a path to her embrace if you are worthy. Lady Shah wouldn't bless me like this for no reason. There must be something she wants of me. Those signs we found about Dark Justiciars, perhaps they were no coincidence. In either case, I need to watch for any place dedicated to Lady Shah. A temple, perhaps.
Another pop-up here. Fireforge Joker. Bear with me as I catch up with Shadowheart.
All these telltale signs of Dark Justiciars that we've been seeing, I'm having a hard time believing they're a coincidence.
Coincidence is more common than destiny in my experience. Don't get your hopes up. I'm gonna say it could be nothing all the same. Lands like these must have seen all sorts.
Still, there may be more to it. I need to keep alert, in case that suspicion amounts to anything.
Right? Coincidence is more common than destiny in my experience. Don't get your hopes up.
Still, there may be more to it. I need to keep alert, in case that suspicion amounts to anything.
Alright, and then we're caught up. Oh, all right. So now that we have destroyed the last light and looted it, I think we can make our way towards, I guess, the Masons Guild. So we can go ahead and port over to Rethman Town. Sounds
Yes,
good,
sir.
That's
Where are we going?
Rethman Town. We're protected thanks to Isabel. So, you want to lead the way into the Masons Guild Fireforge?
Horsies.
Hold on, let me just set up Shadowheart spells very quickly here.
Did you pact weapon too, boss?
I did.
Okay, just making sure.
Did.
Don't want you to jump in the battle with no pact weapon.
True. Bless, we got the bless. Up here we want.
I'm so excited for my honor mode that I've got going. I decided to come at it a way I don't think anybody else has come at it yet. And that's to be a complete and utter weasel.
What do you mean?
So I made a character with max wisdom, max charisma. Wisdom so that I can get any of the secret dialogues. Max charisma to talk my way out of things. And I named him Duke Wesselton.
Nice.
From the Frozen series.
From Frozen, yep.
And I made my visitor, Elsa. And my whole plan is to like sacrifice anyone I can to like not die.
That's amazing.
So that's my total. That's my honor mode playthrough. That's my goal.
So is Glyph worth picking up?
Is Glyph of Warden? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And let's see. Spiritual weapon's always fun.
So yeah, so like Joker said, I mean, not only can you just put it down and have it immediately activate, but it's got all sorts of modes. Like you can do all different kinds of damage. You can do one that literally is just a repelling glyph to knock them, you know, in other directions. It's very useful and a very flexible spell.
All's well that ends.
Stat spread on a strength cleric is very uncomfortable.
Kiln, unfinished sculptures, stone fragments. Masons worked here.
Adventurers, please join me in welcoming Drake of the Wyvern's Lair and our good friend, the one and only Michael, saying hello, everyone. Good to have you here, Michael.
I wonder what the next move is.
So I've been here before, but I've never really figured out any of the puzzles in here. So
Looking ahead. Need to find a way forward. Something over there.
A pile of crushed bones of varying shapes, sizes, and creatures. A pile of crushed bones of varying shapes, sizes, and creatures.
Bardskin recipe.
Let's see what this does.
I'll just read the, oh, I don't want to slow it down. Well, okay, I'll go give us a quick read. Frivolity gave me a glimmer of hope today. I took precious time away from research into the platinum scale to help a gnome. Her guinea pig was trapped in bramble and briar. The gnome wanted something to toughen her skin. I helped her. The gnome kissed my raw, scaleless hand, left in good cheer. My success with Barkskin has led me down an avenue of an experimentation that could cloak my aching body in scales of hard, shining platinum. Writing is harder with my left hand. The right one, the one the gnome kissed, is seized in a claw of agony. Generally, my pain is abominable, but for the first time in a while, I have it. Do hope. A small note was added to this edition of the text. It simply reads, "I saved my guinea pig." I like the welcomes for our friend, one and only Michael. Thank you, adventurers, for the warm welcome. For the one and only Michael. GM Dragon says, I wonder if DM will figure it out. Well, you know, if past is future, the probability points to no. GM Dragon, I'm terrible at puzzles. I'm famously terrible at puzzles here at the Wyvern Slayer.
Here lies the Grand Mason, his bones and lies exposed.
Yeah, Fireforge is you know, one of his finest memories of my channel is me spending I don't know how long at the statue puzzling Pathfinder Kingmaker.
And what made it even better was and I can't remember, Linthal or Baldur sitting there trying to help you, but you had clicked it so many times that he was having a hard time getting it back to, you know, where it's supposed to be. It was so great.
Baldur is tearing out his hair trying to assist me. I got that puzzle so tangled up.
Ooh, rotten cheese. Yummy.
It's kind of nice that we no longer have to be bunched up with each other. Right?
Yeah, we don't have to stay right on each other's rear ends.
GM Dragon says extra long stream? That's a great question. Joker, Fireforge, how long are you good for? Do I want to go for... It's now 8:30 my time. Should I do a time check at 9? 9's 10, 11 o'clock on your end, Fireforge. Are you good to go to maybe midnight, or do you have to call it and release it this evening?
No, I can't stay till midnight. We got family stuff going on tomorrow, so I don't want to be
all right,
too out of it.
Then in that case, we should call it in the next 20 minutes. So there you go.
Yeah, we could get to top of the hour.
There we go.
That should be
inside?
That should be fine.
That should be good. Yeah. Yeah. As much as I'd like to play till midnight and beyond, every now and then you gotta be an adult dwarf and do adult dwarf things.
That is true. And I respect you for that, Fireforge. Life before games always, I say. I may be back. Well, no, probably not. I'm not going to double stream this evening. But I will prep Starfield. I want to head back to Starfield. Nice sort of...
I've been putting a bunch of hours into Pal World, so I'll actually be up for another boss run probably in the next couple days.
That'll be exciting. Rex enjoyed the boss run bonanza last week.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit of Skull and Bones with my brother-in-law.
Tower Shake Key from Shadowheart's Pockets opened up. Skull and Bones, I've heard nothing but good things about that game. Looks kind of fun.
Yeah, it's got its open beta. It's been pretty decent so far.
Got a note for the Mason.
I don't think I'm familiar with it.
Basically, it's if you've ever played Black Flag, it's like Black Flag, but just the ship part, the piracy part, and you can customize your ship a ton. It's pretty cool.
I missed this entirely from my first time through. Do you want to read the note from the Mason here, Joker Soul?
Yeah. Congratulations on finding this place, Steve, but your journey ends.
That's what it says?
Yep.
I didn't realize that. Sorry.
Well, Johnny, this is good. The second part I got. The second part done. Grumbling is constant, right? It's forever.
Johnny Malkov says extra long stare, 1,000 yard, in fact. That's right. I can do an extra long stare for you, Dear Dragon. Not an extra long stream.
Oh.
Is that a reference to Destiny 2 there, Johnny?
No, it's a reference to GM Dragon. He asked extra long stare, question mark, and then corrected himself to stream.
So, remember when Dragon said that's important later? Remember when it said ignore the chest?
Yeah, ignore the chest.
The chest has got the trap on it right here?
Yeah, let's ignore it.
I can't. I can't. I need it.
I'm gonna try and disarm it. You want to save it, Wyvern, before I try and disarm it?
Sure. Have you guys been through here before? Joker?
No, I've never been here.
I haven't.
Let's ignore the chest. Let's just see what happens. Come on.
It's itching the back of my brain.
You got a cool
I know it's
chamber here.
It's a chest that we just left there. Oh my god.
Loot.
Dude, we can
Must
take the silver.
loot goblin.
The silver's coming with us. Oh, hey, look at that.
Oh, shadows.
Because we didn't get the chest.
Wraith.
That's why this happened.
this would have happened. This wouldn't have happened if we got the chest. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm convinced.
So I'm gonna start.
I
Looking
love
away.
the groans of the wraiths. Shadows.
I know. It's so you. Did I get? I did not get. So
Even their
we'll go
shrieks.
ahead and
Next to the hair on the back of your neck stand
just
up.
one down.
Nicely done.
And then I will. This wraith is the big boy, so I'm gonna drop. Okay, let me just check this. He resists anything. He resists everything. Okay. So I'm not gonna waste an arrow on him then. Unless I have. Do I have an undead arrow? Oh, I do. Nicely done. Can't complain about that. All right.
Yeah, if we could get Shadowheart, she could use the Lathander, the Mace special.
Yep. I gotta get them all lined up nicely for myself.
Yeah, you'd have to.
All right.
Johnny Malka says sound design is amazing, right? I agree.
Everything in this game is amazing.
Well said. Charmed. Yay! The shadow loves me. It really loves me.
You know, it's good. It's good, Joker, that I can hear those things from you and have that conversation, because there's another individual who shall remain nameless who likes pushing my buttons and, you know, saying the contrary.
Is he strongly associated with fresh pie?
And speaking of, have you talked to him? Is he good?
Yeah, Ragnarok's
Okay,
Ragnarok.
I haven't seen him. He hasn't even been responding in his own Discord. So I just want to, as long as he's cool, that's
good.
cool. Things happen and work, and I get it. But I just want to make sure all's good with the lad.
He's all right. He's just, you know, baking some pie there in the background. Let's call out the Guardian. Yes. And then let's call out a spiritual weapon.
Haha, made him blind.
Look at all these ads.
Get him, Steve, get him.
Look at that team. All right, we're gonna get him whacked with the sword here. And turn. Dead heart and turn.
Despite everything.
I'm gonna go ahead and hex this buddy for hex of strength. The dark urge. And then I'm gonna whack him over the head. 100%. Get wrecked. Down it goes. Wow. And then all the ads are invisible, huh? Okay.
Yep.
In turn. Guardian Fates is looking for a target.
Where's my ready action?
Johnny Malcolm says that a certain Kinder I might know of. Closely related. Our friend. Ragnarok.
Yeah, I guess I don't have anything I can do really here, huh? What we will do is try and do this. There we go. Oh, I got unobscured. Oh, brat. Oh well.
Oh, man.
Actually, I'm not doing anything else this turn. There.
Oh, get wrecked.
What happened?
Shadow walked into the circle.
Oh. GM Dragon says, wish you could hold action. That's one thing I do miss from Solasta for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a better thing, like not being forced to actually take your
Whoa! That punk! What is this,
Oh,
Shadow?
jeez.
Man, you know what? Just for the laughs, get hellish rebuked.
Oh, between the two.
The Guardian did most of it. Right. I wonder why people don't use the Guardian more often. Still after that Shadow. Man, we're just
I knew he had
dumpstering
went
this
over
fight.
there when he got disappeared, so I was like, I'm just gonna cleave this area.
I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna
There's a
trigger
chance.
Spirit Guardians. We're gonna go ahead and trigger Radiant. Can you imagine the amount of AoE pain that's gonna happen around the Guardian of Faith and Shadowheart?
I know,
now?
right?
Another fight.
If we all just like got into that circle, if it was like a big fight, oh man.
Turn.
I was actually contemplating for fun on my Artificer stream, running 4 Artificers, 4 characters respect as Artificers, because all of them, if I use the, I can get if I spec them all the same way, I can get, all of them can have their own mini turret.
Oh,
So I can have
nice.
8 in total, 4 mini turrets.
You
and 4
killed
weapons.
Steve, you bastard!
How could they?
He killed.
Come on, Shadow. Grow a pair and walk into the circle of radiant death here. Yeah, exactly. Just pile up here, and they have to come towards us. They don't have any range attack. Good shooting, Tex.
Wasn't exactly sure where he went.
Yeah, I know.
He probably went back up top like a little cheaty. But I thought, well, you know, he went that way also.
Donnie says, hold action is a serious overlook by Larian, probably the only negative I have toward this game.
I agree. That's probably their only overlook. Really.
I think it's so interesting that they decided specifically not to do that. It's because they wanted to promote an aggressive playstyle, not a defensive one amongst players. I'm not so sure what the design rationale is behind not including hold action.
Yeah. Well, because like in a lot of games that I've played that have like that style where you can hold your action, like War Tales has that, where you can just choose like not to attack. I believe.
There you
go. Because I played, but like that's one of those things. Like being able to be like, especially if you have a character, you're like, I don't really want to engage them. I'm gonna just run close and not be able to attack anybody. So if I just hold my action, then they come in closer, then I can go in and attack.
We got a Mason's letter here. You want to read that for us, Joker, since the last one was so short?
Yes.
I'll take that.
Elf, you're probably surprised that I'm writing, though no more surprised than me. You warned me of Thorn's malice if I took up hammer and trowel to build that cursed tower.
And closer to
You
town.
warned me of coming
You
war,
didn't even
yet I
care
built
who
a
won,
prison that
so
would
long
get
as
me
it ended.
exposed. You warned me. I did not listen. It is my deepest regret, and I must know. I know more about the tower's construction than anyone, and possess innumerable tools and supplies. Besides, gather your allies at last light and let us devise a plan to infiltrate Moonrise. Ketheric's plans for war. He expects to face halberds on the stage the light of day. We will end him with dagger in the back, so much as raise a blade. I do not expect you to forgive me, but I hope you will try. Your brother, Morton.
Thank you so much, Joker. We got a Mason's log. Could you read that for us, Firefly?
Oh, sure. And then there is a chest back here that's got a DC 21 trap. So I'll need some guidance on that after I read this.
I'll pick it. I'll take the damage.
You didn't
Just let
even
it go
care
off.
who won,
It was
so
a
long
long
as
one.
it ended.
Oh, stop talking, whoever you are, lady. How quickly things change. The Thorms us Selunites through and through, or so I believed. Perhaps Ketheric only converted for Melodia, and with her death, and then his daughters, his faith died too.
If not over.
But turn to Shar? It beggars belief. Ketheric's Justicars are growing in number, and are more determined to rout out any traces of Selûne in Raithwin. Why did they think this town was built? One cannot rip out the foundations of a building and expect it to remain standing. Brother and I remain the last two bastions of Our Lady of Silver in the town. A few, the trusting few, have come to worship in secret by moonlit nights. Others, converts, all. Whether they truly believe, I cannot say. Impossible, isn't it? Sick of standing idle while Justicars gain power in our humble town. What will become of us if we allow it? I met a man who was no man, touched by a devil, or maybe worse. But he offered me something I couldn't refuse. Help. The time is now. Ketheric's Justicars, their stronghold in the temple below, they will be wiped out. All of them. I didn't ask how. I just want them gone.
Never a dull moment.
Let the Harpers have at Ketheric now. They'll make short work of him.
Oh wow, this Mason sounds for real. It's kind of cool if you interact with these shadow vestiges, you actually get a bark.
You can almost taste the sour ale that once clung to this soul's breath. He was insensible before the shadows came for him. There was once a house full of warmth and children's laughter in this one's life. No more. A happy, faded memory comes to you. A woman walking along a beach, holding hands with her husband-to-be.
Kind of cool. Can't pick them up.
Swift as my feet can carry
Did we
me.
get through the chest?
No, if you could, if Shadowheart can give me a,
Guidance?
guidance, that would be awesome.
Guidance coming up.
Allow me.
Guided.
This way.
Alright.
Running away.
Alright, yeah, wish me luck.
Worked.
Yes, 23. Alright, now the unlock,
The Dragon better not be trolling us.
which is just a 14. That's an easy peasy.
PC gets a legendary item, but he opens the chest. Wait, don't open the chest. Oh,
What? I just opened it.
what was inside?
A green hat. Helmet of Arcane Acuity. Why don't you just, I doubt now that I've opened it, but why don't you try it and see if it happens to give you something better.
Jim Dragon says no, the other chest.
Oh, there's another chest. Oh, okay.
I honestly think GN Dragon's just trolling us. I think he's talking about the chest over here. The reinforced gilded chest.
Oh, is it the one outside that he's talking about?
I'm gonna drop a save. You wanna read the lore for the hat of acuity that you picked up?
Sure. Yep. Do that. So Helmet of Arcane Acuity. Battle Acuity. When you deal damage with a weapon attack, you gain Arcane Acuity for 2 turns, which is... the affected entity has a +1 to its spell attack rolls and spell DC for each remaining turn.
Ah, okay. Good for
You
another
also
time.
get a +1 to Dex saving throws. It says subtle magics are woven into the helmet's leather panes. For a powerful offense is sometimes still the best defense.
GN
I'm
Dragon,
just
you
telling
better
you guys
not.
right now, I'm pretty sure the reason why he's saying don't try to mess with this chest is you see the metal tracks on the ground?
Metal tracks.
Look on the ground.
Yeah.
The only spot where these are.
Oh.
There's something serious
Oh.
going on there,
Oh,
and it
yeah.
could be that if you mess it
Oh
up,
yeah,
it blocks
good call, Joker. Look
It's
at that.
it's trapped. I mean, do you want me to try it? To try and pick it?
You know, I'm dropping a save.
Okay.
GN Dragon here had us looking for like half an hour for that Watchman's amulet over in the Shrine of Lathander again. So.
If you could drop another guidance
Coming up.
on me, then. All right, wish me luck.
I want to
GN
watch
Dragon.
this. Oh,
GN Dragon shoes.
It's only an 18. Oh my God. Woo! I had enough.
Oh.
Wow. Thank God for.
I have the feeling the trap trigger anyway. If I open the chest, I'm curious.
All right, so it's not locked. It was just trapped. So it's all yours, buddy.
All right, quick save.
I got it.
GN
I'll
Dragon
open it.
stressing me out here.
He said it's gotta be the
gold
PC.
pieces?
Oh, okay.
What the heck? Damn dragon.
Well, that's
He
nothing.
just trolled you.
He's just trolling us.
How much further can I go?
Trolling us
Wow.
24/7.
I did find a button. Not to.
Yeah, I did see you
Oh,
open that little
where?
roomy.
I found a button.
Have you been through here before, Joker Soul?
No, I spotted it. My
Oh,
keen
okay.
barbarian eye.
You keen bugger. Got a carefully drawn diagram of Moonrise Tower. The circle of red ink draws your attention as though something has been stashed in the tower's prison dungeon.
Someone's marked a spot at the base of Moonrise
Okay,
Towers.
so it appears these two
Worth a look.
chests are trap-free.
Joker say, GM Dragon says it's a typical trap that goes off if you don't disarm it. See?
So he just wanted you to set off the trap.
Right. You should have said I get a legendary item if I open a trap chest. That's
This one's just got a bunch of potions, but it's a speed potion in there, so that's never a bad thing.
not a bad thing at all.
Ooh,
Scrolls. And that one. Send all that over to...
There are too many good games coming out over the last couple of months. Fireforge Joker. It's very
You know,
stressful.
I'm actually
can't wait
starting
for
to see...
Nightingale.
I was just gonna say, I'm starting to see ads for Nightingale now, and I'm like, oh, I can't.
I played
need
it,
like,
so
I need
it-
another couple months before I get into that, man.
I played it. Oh, it was so good.
Oh, did you
It's
play
good,
the
huh?
Stress test?
I did. I tried to get in on the other tests because I do actually do a ton of tests. Like I'm signed up for like 7 or so
Mhm.
right now, and I just never could get in on that one, which sucked. But yeah, I did do the stress test, and it was amazing. That's gonna be my game of the year.
I haven't even watched any like the streams of the stress test yet. I need to
I
do
haven't
that.
watched any streams of the stress test.
Why didn't you
but
stream this
I
stress
have
test,
watched.
Joker?
They put out a new gameplay trailer, which is about 20 minutes long. That was really cool with IGN, where a lot of it was like kind of the building and things like that. But then they had a boss fight one, where it's a group of like 5 or so fighting one of the big bosses, and that was cool. So,
Yeah, I've been eyeing that one up for a
Nightingale,
while.
GM Dragon.
I mean, it was, you know, it's the ex-BioWare guys, the guys who made all the best BioWare games.
Really?
Are
Yeah.
based there. It's all those old school BioWare guys who made their own studio who was doing this. So it's
And who
like,
specifically
Oh,
said
hey, I
they
have
will
a fun
never
fact
go
for you,
back to old
Fireforge.
school game development ever again.
I got a fun fact for you on that, Fireforge. I actually am in touch with one of the developers at Nightingale at this new studio. Reason being is because he was the lead for Siege of Dragonspear. And I wanted him to actually join us for a Siege of Dragonspear stream before we completed that game, but he was so heads down in Nightingale. He said, "Ping me when we release Nightingale. I'm happy to come on by." And,
Oh,
join you
nice.
folks." So hopefully we can have that developer on for a future Baldur's Gate 2 stream. Looking back on Siege of Dragonspear
that'd be cool.
and Baldur's Gate 2.
Yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed Nightingale when I got this on the stress test. It's been really good. But I read one of the developer said that he, after working on Nightingale, that he would never go back to the old school way of making video games because of the way that it was done now was so much better because they had all this feedback by being involved in Discord and not hiding things and not just being
Right.
like, nobody gets to play it until it releases. Like they did so many betas and alphas and things like that.
It's the Larian
that
model.
Got the feedback. They got the feedback from everybody. What
It's
they
the-
liked, didn't like.
It's the Larian model. It's proven to be a great way to guide game development for sure. You know, if you have confidence, you need to get to a stage in your prototype where you feel comfortable unleashing in your alpha. You need to get to a decent alpha that you're proud of and you're not hesitant to share with the public. And from there, you just collect that feedback and use it to shape your process. As someone who works with industry, I do wish more developers would take a page from Larry and also the studio that developed Nightingale.
I get that there are a lot of people who have that feeling how they were in the past burned on early access games, and honestly, I've been burned on early access games that I put money for as well, right? But and I think you're right, Wyvern. I think you look at, and I think I think it's the model, and they can all say what they want about BG3 not being the model for future. I think it is, and it's going to be. And you look at what they did, and I have to agree with that developer. I mean, how many games have you followed where, but it's not BioWare anymore, Dragon, in general. But how many of those games do you follow, and you followed them, and you say, "Boy, man, if I could have gotten in, we could have steered this thing into this direction or that into that," and that's what Valerian has let you do, and it sounds like that's what they've let you do with Nightingale, is like giving that feedback. It's so hard. I get the whole thing about being burned in the past. I was too, but I've seen it work. We've all seen it work here.
I would rather be. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, and I think this is it. It's a really great way to do it, and it's kind of neat to hear someone in the industry say, "Boy, having that feedback loop made such a difference that I never want to go back to this super secret stuff ever again."
Yeah.
And I respect that so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take a look at some of the legacy studios here. Like Bethesda's a great example of it. They, I think they really didn't do an effective job shaping expectations for Starfield, because they kept that game under wraps for as long as they did, and the players only discovered what the game was once it came out. And of course, that many of them were shocked because they were very sly about what the experience would be. And they should have shaped that expectation, as Larian did, years ahead of release, and sort of, they should have had Todd Howard out there in the way that Sven has been, sort of the figurehead for Baldur's Gate 3, explaining the reason why they weren't going to, force you to sit in front of a monitor for 5 minutes at a time traveling from planet to planet, instead port over to, where the action is, basically, in terms of the gameplay,
Well, and the thing about it is they had their panels from hell, which was just, I think that was one of the best things.
Yeah.
You get to see progression in the game that you're waiting for, and see them actively enjoy playing it, but show you where their vision was heading.
Yeah.
Just at the same time that they were doing early access for that, one of my favorite games, I have to shout out Toplets Productions, who made Medieval Dynasty. That game I bought as an early access for like $15-20. Now it's like a $35-40 game, and it's 1.0. But like, the developers themselves were in the Discord, in the suggestion panels, like taking suggestions and working with it. Like everything that everybody really wanted in the game, they did or changed.
And I'll point out something here. I had Mark Dara on at the end of last year with Wolfheart and Ed Greenwood for that Baldur's Gate 3 stream. And Mark Dara, the former lead producer for the Dragon Age series, has been very vocal on his channel about how effective he believes Larian has been at marketing, at connecting with their community. And it's important to remember that the lead producer is not necessarily the person in charge of marketing for their game. Like, Mark Dara had no control over the marketing for Dragon Age 2. That was elsewhere in BioWare, and he actually had mixed feelings about how Dragon Age 2 was marketed as a game to players at the time. And it's the same thing with Bethesda, where, Todd Howard is the creative, lead for Starfield, but he's not necessarily the marketing lead. And it's important to I thought it's interesting looking back, the former head of marketing for Bethesda actually left the studio shortly after the release of Starfield. I wonder if the two are connected. Anyway, this is all industry scuttlebutt, but I really enjoyed that aside. This is a channel about games, for games, and this is exactly the kind of place where you can have those philosophical debates, which I enjoy with friends and the adventurers here. We are now at 4 minutes past 9. It is getting late for Father Fireforge here, having to take care of his clan out there in the morning. Fireforge, my great friend, Joker Soul Dragon, what a great session with Baldur's Gate 3, as always, with the two of you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me as usual.
And the adventurers here in the live stream chat, thank you all for being here. GM Dragon, Johnny Malkov, aka Scalaire Dispel, the one and only Michael, all the Dame Offenses. We got Godzilla Tube, Cole here, a lot of good people. Garrus, aka Lizard Flame 1, Homemade Sandwich with enchiladas today, Colossus Rex. Thank you all for coming by and spending a bit of your eating with us. Joker, Fireforge, would you try take a family photo before we adjourn here?
Sure.
Absolutely.
All right. Get the next thumbnail into place here for ourselves. Oh, that looks good. That looks really good. There we go. We got it. Let me go ahead and save that. Cool. Let me go ahead and save. 3, 2. And we're done. Thank you all so much. I'll see you all here at the Wyvern's Lair again very soon. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.